And it is Fantasy Draft Warfare Night 2 here on the Connoisseurs of Wrestling. How are you, folks? I'm Biff Kensington coming to you live from Connoisseurs HQ. We got a busy show tonight. We're going to go straight into it. We got the full gang in the house. Taker's Minion, Legends Lover, and George Atsavis. We are all here ready to go. Of course, if you caught last week's show, you know we're right in the middle of our Fantasy Draft Warfare. We're fantasy building our all-time dream promotions. Essentially, anyone, any era, any promotion can be picked. We're going in serpentine order this week. So whereas Taker's Minion was our first pick last week and George was our last pick last week, this week George will have the first pick overall, and then it'll follow Biff, Legends Lover, and then Taker's Minion will have the final pick. We're just going to keep on going and keep on going until we decide we've had enough. We may do 10 rounds. We may do 15. Hell, if we go fast enough, we may do full 20 and get up to 30 picks total. Not sure if we're going to keep this going past tonight. We had so much damn fun last week. We have no idea what's going to happen. It's spontaneous. It is all over the place. That's partly my fault because God knows I've had a hell of a weekend with a lot of technical issues and a lot of structural issues at the house. But we're going to have some fun with it tonight. Going to go ahead and rehash the draft rules right quick for you, just in case you're missing last week. If you look down in the info box, there is a list of who all was drafted in episode 1. Now, we encourage you to go back and listen to it because it was a lot of fun. But if you want to keep track of where the draft is right now, we're going to be going into round number 11 tonight. That'll be our first pick, with George having the first pick. Something that was decided on after last week's show went off the air, commentary teams. We developed commentary teams and a head booker for each of the fantasy promotions. Now, this information is also in the info box, but just to rehash, Team Taker's Minion got Jerry, the King Lawler, and good old JR, Jim Ross, as his commentary team, with head booker Ryan Ward of NXT and Raw fame. Team Legends Lover has Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan, the commentary team that I wanted, with head booker Stu Hart. Okay, so one of the great all-time wrestling family patriarchs heading up Team Legends Lovers promotion. For Team Biff Kensington, we've got the old school commentary team, Gordon Soley and Bob Caudle from the Mid-Atlantic region, with a head booker out of Florida, Mr. Eddie Graham. And then Team George Atsavis is going with Lance Russell and Dave Brown, a Memphis crew, but he's got a Mid-South booker in Cowboy Bill Watts. So that's how it breaks down. All 4 promotions have their commentary teams and their head bookers. With all due respect, I cannot wait to see what tonight's show is going to bring. I think it's going to be even more fun than last week's. Quick rehash of the rule for everyone playing along at home. Any promotion, any era, any wrestler is open to be drafted, provided they haven't already been drafted. Now, once they're drafted, they're gone. You can't take them twice. So if they've already been taken on the board, then they've already been taken. If you draft them as a singles performer, they have to be used in your promotion as a single. If you draft them as a tag team wrestler, they have to be used in a tag team. If it comes with a manager, the manager must be associated with that act. In other words, you can't draft Paul Bearer with the Ultimate Warrior because they were never together. So, and of course, Paul Bearer was already taken with The Undertaker, just as an example. And also the faction rules, 3 and under is A-OK. But if it's 4 and over, you cannot draft the faction. You have to break them up. You have to take no more than 3. And so that's kind of preventing us from taking all 4 of the 4 horsemen or all of the 852 members of the NWO. If it's 4 or more in a faction, you can only take 3 out of that faction. So that is the draft rules. That is how it lines up. We are ready to go, and that's a hell of a lot of talking for one person. Let's get someone else on here. George, save me, buddy. Draft.
All right. I have been looking forward to this since we signed off on Monday. It's been 6 days and 22 hours since I last talked fantasy draft, and it's been a long 6 days and 22 hours. My pick is, needless to say, one of the best wrestlers of all time. I feel that it's fair to say that once I reveal this person's name. My pick is a single. This person has headlined multiple promotions, started their own promotion, and drew money. Drew Money is one of the most influential wrestlers of all time. I feel that's safe to say. My pick is from All Japan Women, and it is Manami Toyota.
Wow.
From the early 90s. Let's say 91 to 95 or so, Biff, for your notes.
Well, I got to scratch her off my board.
Yeah, Manami Toyota, safe to say one of the best wrestlers of all time, male or female, in my view.
It's a hell of a pick, and that's one of the biggest picks, I think, for the respective women's division across the board. Of course, we had the Divas of Doom go at number 7 for Legends Lover. That was the first female pick outside of the managerial realm. We've also seen Asuka and the Jumping Bomb Angels go. But now, Manami Toyota, a very, very big pick for round number 11, the first overall pick of night 2. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. Unfortunately, I have the misfortune of going next, and I have a feeling that this draft pick is going to piss off at least one person and make one other person very, very sad. I lost my draft board. As many of you know, I had a computer crash over the weekend in addition to some other problems, which need not be reiterated here. But I do remember who my number 1 pick for night 2 was going to be. I went into the world of factions and found a particular faction that had 4 people, but one of whom was more of a managerial role in this particular year. And so I'm only taking the 3 active wrestlers in the faction for this specific year. But this specific year boasted 2 of the greatest wrestlers in the world. Now, if it sounds like I'm speaking in circles, it's because I'm building up a little bit of anticipation here. I'm going to Mexico, and I'm going to 2015. My number 1 pick on night 2 is Los Ingobernables. Let me try that again. Los
Ingobernables.
Thank you. Thank you. Got a little tongue-tied there.
Oh, this is a good
Rush,
pick.
La Sombra, and Tetsuya Naito.
That is a pick. Wow. Holy Christ.
Well, there goes Rush off my board, damn it.
And yeah. And Naito. And
La Sombra.
Oh my God, that's
AKA Andrade and Almas.
The only downside is Zelina Vega, I don't think, was with La Sombra at the time. So
no, I don't think so. It's too bad. But I mean, that's a small price to pay. Who was the 4th one you said? I'm curious.
You know what? I actually had it wrote down on the actual draft board, but because I don't have it handy, I'm not going to take the manager with them.
No.
But I did verify to make sure, and I do want to clarify this. La Sombra and Naito and Rush were all in the faction together in 2015.
Yes, I believe that. Yes, I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
so there was because Naito actually wound up leaving relatively shortly after, and that's when he kind of formed the New Japan wing when he returned from excursion. But this was in 2015. They were all 3 together. I thought about just taking Naito and La Sombra, but I wanted to get Rush in there because I am a huge fan of Rush, and I know Taker in particular, he is a big fan.
Ultimate heat magnet. People buy their 20 peso beers just to throw at him.
Yep. Waste a good beer, but hey, it works.
I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it.
Nobles. The OG article, Rush.
Yep.
Tetsuya Naito and La Sombra.
And it's only Rush and I think that's it right now. There's no one else with LG.
I don't believe so. I think that might be the first.
I believe that's it. Legends Lover.
Well, I'm going to be taking a tag team, but it's actually 3. I'm going for the Wyatt family when they first came out.
Oh, wow.
That's my favorite version of the Wyatts, where Bray Wyatt wasn't the fat wizard and he was a cult preacher. And with his Hawaiian shirts, yeah, that's the best. That's the best version of them by far.
Yep, with Harper.
That's a great pick.
Bray Wyatt.
That's when they were at their best, is when they first came out.
definitely their most dangerous and probably their most intimidating. So
Yeah.
I may have to rewatch that Elimination Chamber threesome with them in the Shield just because it's been too long. And by too long, I mean like 3 months.
And if you
That
think
match
about
never
it,
gets old.
if you think about it, I would have had to go with that team since I already took the Shield.
I mean, you're going to sell out houses all over the world with those 6 men fighting each other. LL.
it's a shame we didn't get that feud in real life any longer than we did. That should have been like a 6 to 8 month feud.
Do you remember, real quick before, I don't want to get sidetracked, do you remember when the best part of SmackDown was 2013, the Shield versus Daniel Bryan and 2 other people every week?
Oh, yeah. Undertaker and Kane and Daniel Bryan versus the Shield.
Or just Daniel Bryan and Kane and someone else versus the Shield, or even Randy Orton turned back the clock a little bit and had some great matches.
How about Randy Orton? How about Randy Orton, Paul, the Big Show, and Sheamus?
Yeah, absolutely. Like
at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and they got their asses kicked.
It was that was a great time that I wish we can go back to. But in LL's promotion, we're getting that shit to open every match, every show, and it's going to be great.
LL, your fantasy promotion's getting fantasy booked right now. That shows you how well you're doing this week.
Yeah. I don't know anything about fantasy drafting.
She's sandbagging us, boys. We've been saying that.
No, I'm not. Because now I'm picking all this. What the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Good. That is the definition of a first world problem. You have too much talent.
She's got the WWE problem.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Except she knows what she's doing, so it's not a problem for her.
I know what I like. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what you like. You know what these guys did.
Well, at last
that's what we're here for.
On the advert thread at Cakeside Seats, you were leading with the most popular promotion so far.
No, I thought George was.
Oh, George passed. Okay, well, you were leading with the left and right check. So
I am channeling the best Chicago tradition: vote early, vote often.
It's always since the beginning. George has always been in the lead.
Well, George
Takers.
Yeah, George had the last pick last week. Taker, you get the last pick this week. It's time for your number.
I'm amazed. My pick is on the board.
Oh crap!
I'm dipping into the cruiserweights.
Oh crap!
Ooh. Be gentle.
I'm going to be as gentle as I possibly can. This gentleman started in Mexico.
Oh God!
Calibri.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I know my history, people. Yes.
Whoa!
I don't know who you're talking about. Go on.
And he was trained by his uncle, a very famous wrestler in Mexico. He also has a son that goes by El Hijo de, and I'm not giving the name. He then came to the United States. He wrestled in a WCW AAA cross promotion in Los Angeles called When Worlds Collide.
Oh, great show. Great show. That's where Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr lost their hair.
Right. He then moved on to WCW and debuted after he had a mask change in Mexico. They went through the traditional mask change because this trainer felt it was time to bring him under the family name. This wrestler is a one-time cruiserweight champion or two-time cruiserweight champion in WCW. Was the first Mexican luchador to lose his mask in a match, but got permission from the people in Mexico, the board for professional wrestling, to put his mask back on. He's been a wrestler. He's been a champion in WWE. He's been a world champion in WWE. He's also been a cruiserweight champion in WWE. My first pick in the second night, 11th round, is Rey Mysterio Jr.
Awesome pick, my friend. Awesome pick. I was taking him if you hadn't taken him, my friend. You know the best part about Rey Mysterio is if you need someone to have a 7-minute TV match, he's your guy.
He's your guy.
If you need someone to have a 14-minute house show match, he's your guy. If you need someone to have a 19-minute pay-per-view match, he's your guy.
He can go, even with the bad knees now.
Oh, absolutely. And he's so much better when he's thin. By the way, at the Rumble when he wasn't all swollen, he was great. He is one of my on my top 10 all-time wrestlers list. I think right now he's like 9th. So an awesome pick to get him this late in the draft.
Yes.
It's a steal.
It's absolute steal. Larceny.
Well, that's why I said I figured I would go off course a little bit, go to cruiserweights.
That is a give or take, what years are you taking him from? The WWE version, or
from the time he wrestled in AAA with as Calibri and when Worlds Collide pay-per-view all the way through now.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with the guy.
No,
you cannot go wrong
even with the incident with Pedro Aguayo, which was an accident.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you're getting somebody that can work from the opening of the card to the main event. So that's a hell of a pick to close
against anybody.
Against anybody, you can put him in. Could you see him in a match? He was also a giant killer in WWE.
Yeah.
Yep. So
you think about it, you can put him in a match with Roman Reigns, for Christ's sake, and have a great match.
Oh man, are you kidding? How great a Rey Mysterio Roman Reigns match would be? I mean, are you kidding me on how good that would be, with Mysterio just bumping around like a madman and Reigns throwing him all over the place? And I mean, yeah, I'm there. I'm buying takers. I'm buying front row seats to your promotion.
Well, I think Legends Lover's got Roman Reigns in this.
She does. She got the Shield. So yeah, I'm just saying.
I mean,
a cross promotion maybe here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, no, I can't, because I got the Shield as the team, so I can't put them as single wrestlers.
Well, that was my next question. I thought we decided for threesomes that you can break one off if you want. Remember, you drafted Kurt Angle, so you can break Roman Reigns off, Legends Lover, if you want.
Yeah, because Roman Reigns has had singles runs within the Shield. I mean, right now he's got a singles run going while Dean and Seth are teaming, and they're part of the Shield.
And you drafted Kurt Angle and Team Angle with the understanding that you would have Kurt Angle do his own thing while Team Angle would do their own thing, right?
Right, because I don't remember too many 6-man matches with Kurt Angle and Team Angle.
Well, using that logic, as long as we're okay with that, I am drafting a trio, and I'm going to keep one of them as a tag team, or two of them as a tag team, and I'm going to branch one of them off as a single. But all three of these men have wrestled together as trios all the time. So I am taking the Elite with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Damn it!
First shot of the night, shot across the bow on Biff.
And I'm gonna. Sometimes they're gonna work trios, Biff, and sometimes Kenny Omega's gonna do his own thing, and sometimes the Young Bucks.
No, doesn't Kenny Omega hold the end?
Yeah, he holds the second most important belt in the world.
The U.S. title. No.
Hey George. Hey George, when we were talking about this, but don't forget, like right now, if you use the Shield as now. Rollins has got a title.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
So any three of them could wrestle by themselves.
Absolutely.
Kenny Omega from me.
Any three of them can wrestle by themselves. But I'm going to keep the Young Bucks as a tag team. I mean, they're the best tag team in the world right now, especially this year when they've kind of grown into the role a little bit more. And Omega's Omega. So
George, I hate to break this to you. You violated the rules of the draft. You made your pick before the round was closed. Therefore, you forfeit.
I did, didn't I?
You sure did.
No,
you bastard.
No rules making up as we go along.
I told you that I remember my first three picks of the night, and my second pick was Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega. That's the golden elite.
You can still pick Kota Ibushi.
Well,
I'll leave you sloppy seconds.
No, screw off. I was so loud in my blasphemy, my brother actually came out and wondered what the hell was going on. That's how painful that was for me.
My friend, I don't know, say 4 Hail Marys or something and you'll be okay.
Well, you know what? That just means I'm going to have to bump up my draft board. I'm not even writing. You know what? George, you get a blank on my draft board. You don't even get a pick that time.
Hey, George, I guess it's your turn this week.
Yeah.
Since you guys got mad at me for the Bulldogs.
Well, like I said, I started. I fired first last week. George fired first this week, only in the 12th round.
Well, I thought Rush and Naito and La Sombra was a nice little shot fired.
It was a nice pick.
Yeah, it was only because I wanted Rush, but oh well.
Well,
it was a nice pick, my friend.
I'm going to have to up my ante here. I'm going to have to kind of play fast and loose. My board is
shot.
Yeah, and I don't know. See, this is tough. My original board, I had a particular person ready to go here, but I'm not sure they're going to make it. And so I'm thinking I'm going to have to swap things up a little bit. I am going with another faction, I think. This faction is mostly a tag team. They have some singles work in the midst of them. They're predominantly a tag, but they do break off from time to time for some feuds. And not any one person in the unit has any specific singles run of note. It kind of just depends on the feud. That's a nice way of saying I'm taking the New Day as my next pick.
A strong pick, my friend.
Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, and now I have to hope like hell that my number 3 survives.
Well,
we need some comedy in there somewhere.
The comedy is watching me suffer without Kenny Omega. That was rough. If I didn't, I knew I was getting either Naito or Omega. I wasn't getting both.
If you had taken Omega, I would have taken Naito with the pick.
I know.
Rest assured that I was getting one of the New Japan guys, and I would have done Naito, Evil, and Sonata if they were there, because they're a trio, and Evil and Sonata I could have had as a tag team. You know what I'm saying? So I would have gotten one main eventer and one tag team with that pick.
I'll trade Naito and La Sombra for Omega. I think that's a fair trade.
I think that's a fair trade too, but I think I'm gonna want to marinate on that a little bit. Okay.
It's a painful one, but I'll take it.
You gotta wait till the draft is done.
Yeah, relax. I got a outside the box next pick, so maybe you can get what you want anyways. You know what I'm saying?
You better. I'm gonna kill somebody.
I got a great pick next, but Legends Lover.
Okay, mine is going to be another tag team. We're going way back. These two are very flamboyant. I'm going for the East-West connection.
Wow. Okay.
Jesse Ventura.
The who?
The East-West connection. Jesse
I've never heard of them.
Jesse Ventura and Adrian Adonis.
I've never heard of them, but that sounds awesome.
That's a big-time AWA tag team.
Yep.
That sounds great. That's like early 80s, late 70s?
Yeah, somewhere in that general range. Early 80s.
Early 80s. Yeah, you had the flamboyant Jesse Ventura and an adorable Adrian Adonis. Got the East Coast, West Coast.
And this is Adrian Adonis when he was like a world-class worker, too. This is even before he got with Dick Murdoch in WWF. Adrian Adonis used to be a hell of a worker.
You got to send me some videos or something of these two. I have no memory. I have no knowledge of Adrian Adonis as anything other than the model.
George, I'll
say a good worker.
I will send you some links to YouTube for those East-West connection matches. Oi.
Perfect. I'll watch them on the plane. So either on the plane going there or the plane coming home. I'm going to have to kill some time. So send me all the links you can.
Like I said, I was going way back.
Yep.
I love it. I am excited to see. This is why I like doing this show. Is just to pick your three's brains. It's a privilege. It is a privilege that you have me on this show, just so I can get smarter about the wrestling past.
I think we all make each other smarter because there's all things that we don't remember or don't know that we kind of reinforce each other.
That's like I've got. If I can get them, I got a couple more on mine that go way back.
I need to start going further back because I have a feeling that Taker and George are going to murder my board. Taker, you took away a big piece of my cruiserweight division. Please don't take any more. It's your turn for pick number 2 on the night.
Okay. I'm going with another luchador.
Oh, yeah.
He has Cero Miedo.
Oh, great pick. You bitch.
Pentagon Jr. is my pick.
And there goes my board.
You bitch. I was going to draft him and his brother.
I was taking him number 3rd on my board. Yeah.
And Taker knew I had him on mine.
I love Pentagon.
He's so awesome.
Did you ever see the gauntlet match he had with the Black Lotus Triad, George?
You mean my avatar, the Black Lotus Triad?
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. Pentagon, whenever he comes to Chicago, I drop everything to go see him because his charisma live, you can't take your eyes off him.
No, I watch him on TV and I'm transfixed. I'm like,
you can't take your eyes off him.
Great pick.
Now, think of this match. Who was my previous pick? Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's a hell of a match right there. I put those two together for my title, for my top title, and put those two in a match together.
Well,
I'd put those two in a match and let them go for an hour.
With Pentagon Jr. and Rey Mysterio Jr. for Team Taker's Minion, that is one hell of a pairing.
That's a good first 2 picks, much less 11 and 12.
Yeah, and then Legends Lover is not shaky either with the Wyatts East-West connection.
No, that's a great pick.
George, you got...
For a little further down, I had Pentagon Jr.
Yeah, we all did because he's an unbelievable talent. But Takers, you ruined it.
But the thing is, Taker knew I had him down.
No, I didn't. I didn't look closely at your board. I didn't look closely at the names you had written down.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, but I also told you if I had a chance to take him, I was going to take him. And I had the chance, and I took him.
Sounds fair to me.
Well, George, buddy,
I have a name.
You got one more pick, and I can finish off what remains of the board in my head. So be gentle.
You're not picking this pick. This is actually a shout out to my podcast partner, Crazy Chris Colgan.
Oh, Chris,
the king of Joshi.
Oh,
I said, Chris, I need a Joshi.
No, I know who you're going with.
And maybe you do, and maybe you don't.
You know what? I'm going to write the name down on the list now, and if I have to change
if you get this name, I will be amazed in the best way. It's a tag team. So, you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
This is a Joshi tag team from the 1980s. They were literally rock stars in Japan with music singles, drawing 10 million people per episode for their shows.
Yeah,
I am drafting the Crush Gals.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I had it down. So.
Ngusa Nagayo and Lioness Asuka from the mid 1980s. The inventors, the progenitors of Joshi wrestling as we know it today. Just unbelievable stuff that still holds up. And oh, by the way, they were getting 10% of the country to watch their show every week. So you want to talk about draws? They are one of the more underrated and underappreciated acts in the past 50 years of professional wrestling. So thanks, Chris. Shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for telling me to spend 2 hours watching their matches. You know, because that was an awesome time. The Crush Gals.
I just sent a direct message to Chris.
Takers,
I'm going to send one on Twitter.
I know you know that.
I do. I said, here's the message. Thanks a lot, Chris. I wanted Lioness Asuka for my promotion, damn it.
Yeah. Chris said you got to take the Crush Gals. So and you know what? Chris knows his Joshi, so I'm not going to argue with him, man.
Well, for the record, I told you.
Did you know that? Really? You really knew that?
That was my next pick, George.
Lioness Asuka?
The Crush Gals were my next pick. I needed women for the women's division.
Are you serious?
I have it wrote down. I told you I'd already wrote it down. I knew what you were going with.
Oh, man. Well, sorry, not sorry.
The second you said 1980s, I knew exactly where you were going.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I know it. Well, this presents a bit of a conundrum because I need some talent in my women's division because right now I've got none. So if you're going to take the best of the 80s, I'm taking the best of today. I'm taking Io Shirai with my next pick.
Great pick, my friend.
So yeah, well, it better be for the damn Crush Gals. So Io Shirai, my first female performer, and God, better not be my last. Otherwise, that's a really small division. I may just have her as my champion and just hire out people from y'all's promotions
and freelance
and freelancing. Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is that you said Lioness Asuka, right, George?
Yes, sir.
That was Kana's or Asuka's hero as a child.
I didn't. Is that why she has the name?
That is exactly why she took the name Asuka, because it's an homage to Lioness.
I did not know that.
It is.
I never even heard of them until last week, and then I spent a couple hours watching them, and I was like, "Holy shit, these two are awesome!"
They are almost singularly responsible for how big Joshi Piro got in the '90s with their work.
And so I'm very grateful that they were available to be taken. So,
okay,
Legends Lover.
Well, mine is another tag team.
Who did Biff take?
Can't go wrong with good tag team wrestling. Biff took Io Shirai.
God damn it!
I like the delayed reaction.
I didn't know, so I wasn't here. I stepped away for a minute. Anyway, go ahead, honey. Yours is another tag team.
APA. Bradshaw and Farouk.
From what?
The APA.
Bradshaw and Farouk.
Ooh, damn.
Damn. All the meat.
Yeah, really.
I just want to recap something. Legends Lover has 1, 2, 3 tag team units tonight, and she also took 1, 2, 3, 4 men's tag teams and 1 female tag team in night 1. She is basically 1988 WWF.
Tag team heavy.
That sounds good to me.
Like tag team heaven.
Imagine
that sounds good to me.
All the tag team wars that could go on with all those teams she's got.
But you figure a couple of the tag teams weren't even WWF. The ones that I took, actually. Dan, one of them's not WWF.
Now,
no, but they have that same style, and it's pretty great.
It is. It really is.
Well, I guess it's my
You
turn.
got a couple tough ones, and you got some technical ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Taker, it is up to you. You are up next with the 3rd overall pick for your board tonight.
I'm going tag team this round.
Oh, crap.
2 guys that have been around quite a while. Both of them are WWE Hall of Famers now.
Oh, crap.
I'm going with the Outsiders. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash.
Good pick. Really good pick.
That's the first of the NWO to really go so far.
Yeah.
So that's big.
And they were the two OGs of the NWO.
They were the first 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were. They were the legit. You can't get any more OGs than the Outsiders. They started it. So.
Yep. And if you look at my overall board with the tag teams I have Bockwinkel and Stevens, the Wild Samoans, Murdoch and Rose, Bruiser and Crusher, and the Blackjacks, Lanza and Mulligan.
You've got quite the tag team promotion building up here
you
yourself.
do. You do, my friend.
I have a strong tag team division. Very strong.
He's got a lot of the bruisers on there.
I got a lot of bruiser fighters.
A lot of hoss fighting going on.
That's it. That's the best kind of fight to have. 4 guys, as you say, George, 4 guys just beating the shit out of each
That's
other.
it. That's all I need, man. I'm a simple man, Takers. I'm a simple man. Just could be 4 guys wearing trunks just beating the crap out of each other, and I'm a happy camper. You know?
Now, Biff, didn't you take the original Texans?
Yeah,
Last
Dusty
time.
and Murdoch, right?
No, I took Dusty. I took the original Texas Outlaws.
Yeah, TM's got the Outlaws.
Okay.
That was Dirty Dick and Dusty Rhodes.
Is it on me then?
Yeah, it's on you now.
It will be on you. I want to point something out right quick, and this is actually a testament to the subject that we were talking about just a few moments ago, each of the 4 promotions now have at least one prominent Japanese female performer on the lists. The Jumping Bomb Angels to Taker's Minion, Kana / Asuka to Legends Lover. Of course, George, you doubled down tonight with the Crush Gals and Manami Toyota. And with my pick of Io Shirai, everybody now has a prominent Japanese Joshi performer. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it is up to you now.
That is pretty cool.
And
there's still so many left to go.
Well, there's only 900 historic names out there that we can choose from. So
I feel like it wants to go with me on a trip to Mexico for my next pick.
You go right ahead.
I got room in the car. You want to go with me to Mexico?
You go right ahead. I'll come with you on this one.
I think I know who already.
I am drafting a man who wrestles at a high level, despite the fact that he's in his 50s. And
You son of a bitch.
Master. And he is the master of the mask match. He still has his mask after all these years. And he has taken the mask of La Sombra and Ultimo Guerrero and El Bucario and Villano 3 in one of the best matches of all time in 2000.
Maybe I don't know who it is.
And the animal hair of other people like Fidel Sierra. And he still draws crowds for CMLL. I am taking Atlantis.
Oh, wow. Atlantis, as they say down there.
Yep. One of the all-time great baby faces, and despite his age can still go. But I'm going to pick him from, let's say, 2000, 2001, 2002, something like that. You know, when he had that great match against Villano 3 in 2000. I want that version of Atlantis. The ultimate babyface, the never say die.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta be honest. That's a great pick, and we were talking about how we had a lot of Joshi Puro representation on the board across all 4. It's also heartening that we're seeing some representation from Mexico as well.
Absolutely.
I don't think Lucha Libre gets as much credit as it deserves. Rather, it doesn't get nearly enough credit.
You know, for all of his sins,
George and Biff, I can tell you right now, tonight, YouTube will drop CMLL from their Monday night venue. Tomorrow night, they will drop Tuesday nights from their venue, and they drop every Friday night live on Collateral Sports, the Arena Mexico, every Friday night on YouTube. Or they'll drop the recorded version on YouTube after the show is over down in Mexico, at Arena Mexico.
It's a great show.
They are great shows. All of them are. I've spent many an hour at work.
Well, I've been looking at all of the promotions that have seen talent drafted. We've got promotions from the territory era. We've got promotions overseas. We've got Mexico well represented with CMLL and AAA. I noticed there is one promotion that has not really been touched yet. And I am really hesitant to open this up because I feel like this promotion has been a little bit overlooked in the draft thus far. And now that I'm opening Pandora's box, I'm afraid that it's going to produce a run. And there's at least 15 to 20 people from this promotion that I would like. But you know me, I love factions. I'm going to NXT and getting the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, the original Undisputed Era.
You NXT. Blankety blank.
Yeah, and here comes the NXT talent now. Here comes a run on all of that talent in there.
UMFer. Well,
you took Kenny Omega. I'm taking Adam Cole.
Yeah. I mean, if this was NXT in 2019, Kenny Omega would fit.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, but that's a strong pick. And which 3 did you say again? Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly?
I took Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly.
The original iteration of.
Okay.
I'm leaving Roddy Strong out there for the time being. So if somebody wants to be a butthole, you can swoop in and take Roddy. But that's no disrespect to Roddy. I love Roddy, but we just couldn't take 4.
Yeah, I mean, if it were me and I'm not you, I would have punted Adam I would have punted Bobby Fish and taken Roddy Strong, but
well, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are the more polished of the tag team.
You're talking about the Red Dragons group.
Yeah,
true. But I mean, I love Kyle O'Reilly. If you get a chance to see him live, take the chance to see him live. I think his style is so awesome in NXT these days.
If in a perfect world, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole could both be world champions. That's how much charisma Kyle O'Reilly and talent he has.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been seeing him in AAW for 10 years. You know, when he was just a youngin, relatively speaking, and he's gotten so much better throughout the years. So,
all right,
Legends Lover, what you got for us?
I'm going to take a singles this time. He's one of my favorite wrestlers now, but he also was great in Japan. I'm taking Finn Balor.
Oh, that was a good one. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's good now, but he was great in Japan.
It's a good one.
Oh, ovaries going kaboom. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Balor off the board, and we're starting to see that run of talent that Mexico and Japan in particular, they're really starting to go heavy now.
But you won't see Mexico from me because I don't know any.
Well, I'm sure George and Taker are going to screw me over on a couple more from CMLL.
I imagine. I mean, I got a couple CMLL names I want. So
I got a
we'll couple.
I got a couple more too, but I can wait.
Well, it's your pick, my friend.
It's your pick. Yeah, you got number 4 coming. So
I'm trying to decide between 3 singles.
Well,
all 3 of them are very good. But I think I'm going to, for the simple fact that I've got one of this person's biggest rivals. It's a Japanese wrestler. He's wrestled in New Japan, All Japan, Frontier MMA. He's wrestled in WWE. I'm taking Jinsei Shinzaki.
Whoa.
Great name. Wow.
That's probably the shock pick of the night so far, I would say.
Because he had a match.
But I love it.
He was the Undertaker of Japan at one point.
That is man. If I was in a room full of people, I'd be giving you a standing ovation. That is an awesome name. Kind of weird to just stand there and clap on my own in my apartment, you know. But if I was with other people, man, I'd be clapping.
He's 51 years old and he still wrestles even today.
That's a huge pick. That's a great versatile pick. A lot of talent in that pick right there.
I'm up, right?
You're up. Let's get a quick recap of the board right quick, just so everybody knows where we're sitting. George, you were your first 4 picks. Manami Toyota, the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Crush Gals, Chigusa Nagoya and Lioness Asuka and Atlantis. Biff took Los Ingobernables, Rush, Tetsuya Naito and La Sombra. The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, Io Shirai, and the Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly. Legends Lover has, with her first 4 picks, the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, the East-West connection of Jesse the Body Ventura and adorable Adrian Adonis, the APA of Bradshaw and Farouk, and Finn Balor. Taker's Minion with Rey Mysterio Jr., Pentagon Jr., the Outsiders, and Jinsei Shinsaki. George, your number 5 pick on the night. We're coming to the midway point if we do 10, or the 1/4 point if we do 20. So take it away, my friend.
It's not every day you have 2 Hall of Fame singles wrestlers, but I'm taking them as a tag team because who is a better tag team partner than your brother?
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, shit.
I'm taking Dory Funk Jr. and his brother Terry Funk.
Oh,
whoa! You deked me.
Yep, I deked you.
Okay.
That makes sense. I have a tag team in my head. I'm gonna take, but give me the Funks and give me the '80s Funks when they were in All Japan against because then I can have the Funks wrestle Hanson and Brody and just be a happy camper.
Now, just for clarification's sake, you want Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk, not Dory Sr. and Terry Funk.
Yes. I want Dory Jr. and his brother Terry.
Let's just make sure.
Not old man Dory, as great as he was.
I was wanting to make sure I couldn't pull a fast one on you there and say, "Well, you got Senior."
No, Senior's available if you want him. You could do a hell of a lot worse.
I think I'm going Edge Christian with my next pick. So.
Shit.
Yes, I got LL1. I got LL1.
You finally got LL.
I finally got her.
Shit.
My last Canadian team.
Yep. So, and I'm not even going to justify the pick. I'm just going to move right on. Let LL pick up the pieces. How does it feel, LL? That's what you get for the Bulldogs.
Oh, I'll get you back.
Oh, please
you don't,
do.
I will.
I love to be punished.
If you don't, I will.
Oh my God! I just went out of order. I got my picks mixed up.
Oh
Okay.
well, you took them. It's too late.
Too late. I got them. Oh well, I got them. So.
Okay, LL, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna kick Biff's ass with Sid Vicious. I'm gonna sick Sid Vicious on you.
Ooh, nice pick.
Good pick. Charisma for days.
There goes the skyscrapers.
Yep.
Yeah, one half of the skyscrapers with me, Mark Callis, which she can't have.
Now, although she could take Theodore along with them if she wants.
Yup.
Do you want Teddy Long to go with that, LL?
No,
Okay.
I don't like Teddy Long.
Well, I guess it's my turn now, huh?
Yeah, I guess. So we'll leave that Mott to simmer for a little bit there.
You took Edge and Christian, huh?
I sure did. Be gentle.
I'm going to take the second part of that infamous tables, ladders, and chairs match.
You go right ahead. You go right ahead.
Oh.
It ain't gonna hurt my feelings one bit. It might hurt George.
I'm taking.
It hurts mine.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Oh.
And Devon Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Oh. Why? What did I ever do to you?
You took Kenny Omega. That's what you did to me.
They were a name that came up after Edge and Christian was brought up.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
By the rat bastard Biff over there.
So I guess my question is, I need a junior. I don't have very many juniors.
This is why I screwed myself. I know what's coming.
Yeah, actually, I don't think you do know what's coming, my friend. I need a junior, but I think I can hold off on this name for a minute. I'm gonna let this guy hold off. I need a junior, right? And I need someone who is at the absolute cutting, bleeding edge of modern professional wrestling. And I need someone who is only 25, but is one of the best wrestlers of his era. And I need Will Ospreay.
All right, that's fine.
Yep,
that's
I need
fine.
Will Ospreay.
You know what? You take Will Ospreay. I'm taking Ricochet.
Sure. Cool. My guy can cut a promo.
My guy can cut a flip.
And both our guys will be in wheelchairs in 5 years, but it don't matter.
Yeah, this is the short term. This is the hit the home run now pick for both of us. So
you're not wrong, my friend.
Wow.
Will Ospreay and Ricochet forever alone.
And my next pick is a junior as well, by the way. I'll tell you all right now.
I'm not taking Ricochet as a junior. I'm just taking him as
well, I mean, Will Ospreay's big enough. Will Ospreay's big enough that if I want him to work heavy, it's not absurd. He's like 5'11". I've stood next to the guy, and I'm a shoot 6'4", and he's not that much shorter than I am.
Well, it's weird because the definition of what constitutes a cruiserweight has changed. It used to be 236 and under was considered cruiserweight.
235 and under.
Or 235 and under. Yeah, 236 and above is heavyweight, 235 and under is cruiser, and now it's 205 in WWE. But you've got people working 160, 170 pounds in cruiserweight division. You've got people at 190 to 210 working heavyweights. So
yeah,
it's pretty
and
crazy.
Will is tall enough and he's broad enough that he can pass as a heavyweight if I need him to.
Yeah. Same with Ricochet. So
LL, what you got?
Well, this one, he's in WWE now, but I liked him when he was in Japan. I'm taking Nakamura.
Oh, great pick. You blankety blank.
Can we trade?
You son of a expletive.
Can we trade? I'm sorry. I'll give you Edge. I will trade. You know what? I will trade you Edge and Christian right now for Shinsuke Nakamura. You want to make that trade? I'll make that trade right now.
Trades don't happen while we're doing the draft.
Who says? We make up the rules as we go along. You want it? You got it.
The draft has got to be done first.
Oh, all right. But I'm putting a question mark by that name because I'm trading for him. So,
you took my Canadian team.
I will give you your Canadian team back. I'll give you Owen Hart to boot.
Oh.
All right. Take her. She got me. She said she would get me. I doubted her. And she promptly took out a paddle and beat me over the head with it.
Yes, you did.
You're number 6.
Some people pay good money to get beaten over the head with a paddle.
My 16th pick.
Well.
My 16th pick is a current NXT champion.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
The
Pirate Princess.
No.
God, no. Oh man, oh man.
I told you the NXT Pandora's box is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
No, I know why he's doing it. He's going to pick on Doc for it because Doc is always imagining himself walking the plank.
I was going to say, I thought he was going to say imagining himself with Kyrie Sane.
No.
I was like, Doc's got a fiance here, pals.
MDS is always saying she's going to make him walk the plank.
He's afraid of her.
You should be. She'll kill you.
No.
That elbow isn't it a thing of beauty?
Yeah, she's.
Oh, she's really, really great.
She's why we have the phrase "killing her softly."
She can. I'll say this: there were a lot of great elbows off the top rope. Randy Savage comes to mind, but Kyrie Sane makes his elbow look like child's play.
Mm-hmm.
The impact that she gets with it is something else.
Hey, I just realized this person hasn't been drafted.
Oh, crap.
You're up, George.
I know. I don't think he's been drafted.
Your 16th pick is.
I need a stick man. And I'm sitting here looking at my Chicago flag tattoo on my forearm, and I'm saying, give me CM Punk.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my Chicago tattoo, and I'm saying, I need a stick man. I need someone who can draw people into the building, face or heel. And I'm taking 2011 CM Punk.
He can do it.
Yes,
he can do it.
He absolutely can.
And then
Well, that's a good one. I will admit he was on my original board. He wasn't.
He was on my original too.
Yeah, I mean that's a very solid pick. I'm going to be completely honest. This pick, I am under no pretenses here. This is complete bias. I have made no bones about it. He's one of my favorite all-time performers. What I love about my next pick is the fact that he's versatile. Whenever you think he's wrapped up, he finds another level, and he just reinvents himself, and it makes you fall in love with him all over again. He has forged a heck of a career for himself all over the world. He is world-renowned. A lot of people consider him one of the greatest of all time. He's especially been likened at different intervals to, one of the best of this generation. He's certainly one of the best of the 90s and 2000s. Of course, he had one of the all-time great main event runs for the WWE in 2008 with Shawn Michaels. And, of course, he broke our hearts being brutalized by KO during the Festival of Friendship. But, by God, he makes lists. Popular like no one's business. I'm going to see him in Charlotte here in just a few days as the front man for Fozzy. He is the one and the only, the Ayatollah of rock and rolla. Chris Jericho, come on down to Team Biff, buddy. Welcome home, sir.
You bastard.
Fuck you.
You can have him.
I like
Wow.
LOL selling him.
So you don't like Teddy Long and you don't like Chris Jericho, so
No.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I like Chris Jericho, so I'll take him happily. Thank you very much.
LL, what you got?
I'm going a little bit old school.
Uh-oh.
I'm taking Brad Ringans.
Wow. Holy crap.
Brad
Amateur
Ringans.
standout.
I've never heard of this person. Tell me about him.
AWA.
He was a strongman weightlifter. Trained by Vern at the farm. Had a decent run in AWA, but really didn't do much after that.
Okay.
Kind of like an early 80s version of Bob Roop, almost. If you remember Bob Roop, not quite as mean as Roop. He was more of a babyface type figure, but still very strong amateur.
Very strong and very technical.
Yeah.
He was about as strong as Mark Henry was.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But if you look at his build, he was tiny.
He was small. He was only like 5. No, he was 6'1", I think. Maybe 6'1".
It's lucky if he made 6 feet. Think it was under 6 feet.
I think you're right.
He was a small guy, but he built on top. Upper body build. Else he was a small guy. He was a good technical wrestler. He would have went great in Stu Hart's dungeon.
Yeah.
That's probably why you took him.
Yep. That's a hell of a pick. Hell of a pick.
Like I said, old school.
Yeah, that's you definitely have that old school AWA vibe coming through with a lot of these picks, especially tonight with the East West Connection. Another very underrated pick, very much a favorite of mine tonight. And then, of course, Brad coming in for you at number 7 on the evening. That leaves Taker's Minion. You are up for your 7th pick of the night.
Who to pick? So many choices. I think I'm going a single. I'm trying to decide, do I want another man or do I want women? Oh, wait. I do have a woman tag team in my promotion already, but I don't have an opponent for them.
No.
Do it.
No.
Nah, I'm not going to do it this time. I'll wait.
Don't do it.
I'm going to take someone that George introduced me to. Kind of a throwback style guy. Makes mincemeats out of people's chests when he chops them.
Oh.
I'm taking Walter.
Nice. Yes. Great pick, my friend.
Brutalizer. Oof. Oof.
You remember how I told you? You remember how I told you I needed a light heavyweight? Well, I did draft one, but I think I'm going to draft another one. I'm going to draft the king of the light heavyweights, a guy who maybe invented the position. That one of the strongest mofos of all time, a wrestler from Perry, Oklahoma, who's not Jack Swagger.
Oh, no.
Give me Danny Hodge.
Oh, wow.
Give me Danny Hodge. And the nice thing is, no one's going to fuck with me at the pay window because he'll just kill you.
He'll stretch you for days.
He'll stretch you for days. Even today at the age of 85 or whatever it is, I bet he'll still stretch you for days. But he is, get this, a 7-time NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. I think that's a good linchpin for my junior division. Don't you guys?
Yes.
Yes. Danny Hodge, for those who don't know, Danny Hodge, his name is bequeathed upon the trophy, the award in collegiate wrestling that is commensurate with the Heisman. The Dan Hodge Award is the Heisman of college wrestling.
It is, and it's named for him.
And it's named for him. So that's who George has got going down here.
He is awesome.
He is
and I have no doubt that a man as technically sound as he is, even though he wrestled 40, 50 years ago, would adapt to the modern style with no problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's a world-class wrestler, amateur wrestler, world-class boxer, Golden Gloves champion, a national champion in boxing, and a tremendous pro wrestler. He had all three facets of the game. So he would be an absolute steal if he had come around today. And I got to be honest with you, this makes my neck pick that much more painful because there's a man that's very like Danny Hans out in the ether that I've made mention that I'm wanting to take. I can't do it this pick though. I just can't, not yet. I'm hoping he'll last. If not, I'm gonna hurt. I need some singles talent, and there's a shocking amount of main event talent still on the board.
There's a ton.
There's a ton of main eventers that are just kind of floating out here.
Oh yeah.
I have to go for one. This is going to be. I don't know that this is going to be a controversial pick. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. He's a very polarizing figure. And I'm not talking about polarizing the way Roman Reigns is polarizing to, 10% that cheer him and then 80% that boo him in Brooklyn. I'm talking a legitimate polarizing figure. Some people say he was one of the best main eventers WWE's ever had. Some people say he was one of the worst. But if you look at the totality of his work, one thing you cannot question is his resume. He has had some amazing matches with a diverse group of opponents. I am taking someone that I'm surprised has lasted this long, to be honest. But he's the face that runs the place. Taking the champ, John Cena, my number 8 pick overall.
Wow.
Strong pick, my friend.
Very strong.
Legends Lover, you are up for your number 8 pick.
Somebody check the message board.
Oh.
The group chat for us. I need a question answered.
I don't know who that is.
I meant.
Yes, he is gone.
You meant that one?
Yes,
He's gone.
Yeah, you got him right, George.
I got him.
I think Biff did.
Yeah,
Biff got him. You got him with Gary Hart, didn't you not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
Yep.
No, you're good.
Okay, this is another old school. I'm going with Bobby Duncum.
Great name.
Wow.
Oh, Bobby Duncum Jr.
Yep. Great
Man,
wrestler in
that's
the AWA.
Long name. Yep.
Sorry, which promotion do I know the most of?
Yep.
You know it.
So I guess it's me now, huh?
I would say so. Yep, you are up.
Well, going female.
Okay.
And sorry, honey, I know how much you like this person, and you've had a lot of time. Wait, it's down to 2 names, actually. One that she absolutely loves and would probably scream bloody murder if I took it. And one that I absolutely love. Out of hell with it. I'm going with my favorite. Canadian. 7-time WWE Women's Champion, Trish Stratus.
Ooh.
Good name, my friend.
That's a very good name. Okay. So we're starting to see these boards take shape here tonight. Trish Stratus comes off the board, and we're starting to see some more women get selected here in the later rounds. Let me give you a quick rundown of where we're at. We're actually ahead of schedule here compared to where I thought we would be. If we go into 20,
we're not talking much about the picks. That's why.
Yeah, well, we can talk a little bit more if we do some more picks because we'll know how many more picks we got to go. We're not doing any more than 30. That was the cap.
Yeah, 30 is the cap, and we're at 18 now. So
yeah, we still got another hour 15 minutes at most. But let's give a quick recap just so we know where we sit. George has gone Manami Toyota, the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, the Crush Gals, Chigusa Nagoya, and Elias Asuka. Atlantis, Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk, the Funk Brothers, Will Ospreay, CM Punk, and Danny Hodge. Biff Kensington went with Rush, Tetsuya Naito, and La Sombra, Los Ingobernables.
Ingobernables. Get it right.
Ingobernables. I'm going too fast. I apologize. Los Ingobernables. The New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Io Shirai, the Undisputed Era of Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Edge and Christian, Ricochet, Chris Jericho, and John Cena. Legends Lover, going with the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, the East-West Connection of Jesse the Body Ventura and Adorable Adrian Adonis. We've got the APA, Bradshaw and Farouk, Finn Balor, Sid Vicious, Shinsuke Nakamura, Brad Brangens, and Bobby Duncombe Jr. Taker's Minion, Scott Rey Mysterio Jr., Pentagon Jr., The Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, Jinsei Shinsaki, the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, Kairi Sane, Walter, and Trish Stratus. George, your 19th pick. Fantasy Draft Warfare. All yours.
I need a woman. Well, I don't. I have a woman, but I need another woman. Can never have enough women. I'm going to draft someone who's active. This person has been wrestling for 20 years and is still going strong. She has wrestled in Gaia Japan. She has wrestled in Stardom. She has wrestled in Sendai Girls. She's wrestled in Chikara. She's wrestled in DDT. I am taking Meiko Satomura.
You bastard. That was my next pick.
Yes. I love my job. Even though this isn't my job. I wish this was my job.
Could you imagine these promotions actually being real?
Oh, it'd be the best.
God. The money all of us could make.
It would be so awesome. Biff.
I'm just smarting from that one. That's a good one. I've seen my women's division board kind of crumble here right before my very eyes. I'm conflicted because right now I'm honestly in just kind of the best pick available territory, and
that's where I am too.
I have to make judgment calls here. When it comes right down to it, I've got a tag team that is also noteworthy for their respective members' singles runs. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility I couldn't use them in both a tag team format or singles because they're actually most known as singles. But judging by the precedent we've established with the factions and everything, I don't think that's all that unfair given who I'm taking. This tag team is actually a tag team that I dislike. I think that both performers would be better off as singles. At the same time, I think both performers are recognized as two of the most transcendent talents of their respective generation. They are two of my favorite performers. They have been for the last 5 or 6 years. And they have really made a name for themselves in NXT and the WWE. I'm taking the Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Nice pick.
Very nice. Very nice.
And he's right. They do good as a tag team, but they're better off as singles.
Well, Bailey's buried right now as a single.
Yeah, this tag team is bringing Bailey back out.
Yeah.
But now Sasha, I guess, is hurt.
Yeah, I don't know how bad that is. I'm guessing they're going to announce maybe tonight on Raw an update. We'll have to catch that after the show, but hopefully it ain't too serious.
Hopefully.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Hello. Number 19.
Okay, I'm taking a singles, and it's a woman, and it's one of Taker's picks. One of your picks. Competition. They've had tons of fights. I'm taking Lita.
Ooh, okay.
I knew that was coming, so I'd already taken her off my board. She was doing.
Since I had to take Trish off mine.
Okay, well, that's a very great pick, and I would just like to reiterate that Legends Lover has not only got Lita But she's also got Asuka, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she didn't get Trish as the one I wanted.
Yeah. So.
But now it's my turn, right?
It
Yes,
is your
sir.
turn. This is pick number 19.
All right, sweetheart. You did that to me? Fine. I was trying to be nice. I left a bone out there for you. I'm taking another female singles wrestler. Created a whole bunch of controversy when she left one promotion to another.
Uh-oh.
I'm taking the one and only Medusa, a.k.a. Alundra Blaze. A.k.a. Alundra Blaze. That's right. With my 19th pick overall.
You ass.
I left her out there for you, and you wanted to play petty Annie bullshit games. So I took her.
No, I had Trish, Lita, and Electra on my chest.
I had Medusa. I didn't know when I remember. Oh, wait, Medusa went by Alundra Blaze in the WWE. As soon as I mentioned controversy, Biff's like, oh, he knew at that point.
So
I knew it.
The trash can. Yeah, I knew that was.
Trash can thing.
But you also got to remember, she was also with the Body Donnas.
That's right. No, she wasn't.
Or was that Sunny?
That was Sunny.
That was Sunny. Eek, anybody can take Sunny if they want. I don't want her.
Well, she was a good manager, but
But that's about all she was.
yeah.
She was terrible in ring, but anyway.
Anyway,
That's an era that we want to forget.
We'll
It
put it
began,
this way.
it began with a D, and it ain't damn good. That's for sure.
I'm going to get even again.
You're right.
I have a name that I honestly can't believe is there. To be honest, I mean, you look at this guy's resume, and he is from the territory eras, and he's from the WWF era. He's a tag team wrestler. He's a single wrestler. Made his name in Portland. We talked about Don Owen a couple weeks ago, right, Biff? You and I?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not picking Don Owen. As great as a pick as that is,
You're taking the guy.
I'm picking a man who's one of the best talkers of all time.
Yep, you're taking my
I'm
next
picking
pick.
a man who's
Yep.
And I'm taking a man that just when you think you know the answers, Biff,
Yeah, you
he
changed the
changes the questions.
Great
Give
pick.
me Roddy Piper.
Great pick.
Great
All
pick.
right, George. Now this is war.
What? I figured I know if I took a Canadian, you'd be pissed at me. I'm sorry.
Oh, man,
I'm here to
nice.
kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
And I want the mid 80s one, late Portland, early WWF, 85, 84, you know, that era.
Smashing coconuts on over people's heads.
Let's get you.
Yeah, that
I'll get you 82 to 86. That's prime Piper.
Sure.
Right.
That's fine with me. I mean, you can say that he was the best promo in the world in those times, and you would not be incorrect.
He may have been the best promo of all time. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know about that because Dusty was pretty
Especially
damn good.
Well,
Especially
Dusty was good.
Dusty was good, but actually, if you listen to Roddy Piper, he was better.
Yeah, he was. I'll give him that.
I'm happy being number 2 to Dusty. I won't say about that.
No,
But
yeah,
either way,
that's-
to get him with the 9th pick tonight and 19th overall pick, I think is very good value, as they like to say in the draft business.
Oh, absolutely, and that's a great pick. And you know what? That actually kind of guides my next pick. This is not someone that I originally had on my board, and with the loss of Piper, who I'm very sad that I missed. I was literally on my way to pick him up for the exact same reasons George mentioned. He's just such a great promo and such a great all-time personality. There's another all-time personality that has not gone in this draft yet that I'm a little surprised at. And this is someone that is kind of going against the grain on my roster. I don't have anyone else quite like him on the roster right now. I got a lot of sleek in-ring performers. I don't have a lot in the way of brawlers. And my next pick may not be the most recognizable brawler, but he's definitely recognizable for the amount of punishment he could take. One of the all-time great performers, one of the all-time great guys, versatile, can do heel, can do face, main event, wherever you want on the card. I'm going with Mick Foley for number 10.
Great.
Wow, great pick.
overall.
And you get 4 characters with that.
Yeah, that's like a 4-in-1 pick right there.
The Swiss Army knife of your roster.
There you go. So.
And you're right about his brawling, by the way. His brawling is somehow underrated.
Yeah.
Despite everything else.
Did anybody see the special they had on WWE Network?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Where he talked about,
was it good?
Where he talked about the 20-year anniversary of the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was. It's a must-see, ladies and gentlemen, must-see.
Yeah, completely agree on that one. LL, your 20th overall pick, number 10 on the night.
Okay, I'm taking a woman. She is active right now. Just came into the WWE. She's Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey.
There's you some star power right there for your women's division. That's a big.
You know, I have said this before. I was in the building for WrestleMania, and you want to talk about someone you can't take your eyes off of? 80,000 sets of eyes were staring at Ronda Rousey the entire match. And you either have that or you don't. And a lot of wrestlers don't have that, but she certainly does.
You said it yourself, Jordan, even during the match when she went to go. No, that was the match against Nia Jax where she actually, you could see she was getting the selling part done. And she came, it's like the light bulb went off when she went off the top rope.
If there's Ronda stock, I'm buying all of it. So that's a great pick.
She had the best match at WrestleMania. That mixed tag was the most fun and the best match at WrestleMania for my money.
I'm telling you, Biff, nobody took their eyes off her in that building.
That was the most fun I had. Yeah.
Even when she was standing on the apron, pacing back and forth, everyone was riveted.
Yeah. From being in the building live, I can tell you with absolute certainty that was the peak of the show. It didn't.
100% it was.
Yeah, it did not come any closer to the peak from what we saw with the mixed tag. That was the peak of the show. So.
It was the most fun I've had watching a wrestling match in God knows how long. It may not have been the best match I've ever seen, but god damn did I have a lot of fun watching that match.
It was the most fun main roster match. I'll definitely give you that. I watched TakeOver in the building the night before, so that ladder match was nuts. But yeah, I absolutely cannot sing that praises enough. Ronda Rousey, she's got an incredible future. But Taker, pick number 20. Let's close out the round 11 to 20 strongly here, buddy. You got the last one.
Well, like I said, everybody, I left them out there because somebody started whining. I need an opponent for my Bomb Angels tag team. And they had some of the best matches in WWF at the time. So I'm taking the Glamour Girls.
There you go. Judy Martin and Leilani Kai. Very strong pick.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we doing 5 more? We doing 10 more? What are we doing?
We can at least do 5. Depending on how quickly we get through the 5, we might be able to just get all 30 done tonight.
Yeah.
So,
I got plenty of names to go yet.
I do too.
Yeah, me too. Let's keep going.
Okay, George.
I guess that means I should do something, right?
Yeah.
Well, so you want me to recap the boards right quick since we just got
real quick? Yeah, recap the boards.
Okay, and I'm just going to read off the names. I'm not going to go through all the extra. George has got Manami Toyota, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Chigusa Nagoya and Lioness Asuka, the Crush Gals, Atlantis, Dory Funk Jr., Terry Funk, Will Ospreay, CM Punk, Danny Hodge, Mako Satomura, and Roddy Piper. Biff has got Rush, Tetsuya Naito, and La Sombra. Big E, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Io Shirai, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Riley Edge and Christian Ricochet, Chris Jericho, John Cena, Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Mick Foley. Legends Lover picks up Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Jesse Ventura, Adrian Adonis, Bradshaw and Farouk of the APA, Finn Balor, Sid Vicious, Shinsuke Nakamura, Brad Rangans, Bobby Duncombe Jr., Lita, and Ronda Rousey. And Taker's Minion, closing out with Rey Mysterio Jr., Pentagon Jr., The Outsiders, Jinsei Shinzaki, the Dudley Boys, Kairi Sane, Walter, Trish Stratus, Alundra Blaze, and the Glamour Girls, Judy Martin and Leilani Kai. We're at least getting 5 more. We may get 10 more in, depending on what time it is. So, George, 21. That's our last recap until the end of the show. So,
I drafted this man's tag team partner way back at the beginning of this draft, And honestly, I can't believe he's still on the board. This man is one of the best wrestlers of his or any era. He's wrestled in multiple 5-star matches as a tag team wrestler. He is one of the 4 pillars of All Japan and was later a draw in Noah.
Oof.
Give me Kenta Kobashi.
Oof. Kenta Kobashi.
Wow.
That's
At 21.
Strong.
And you know what? If I want to pair him with Mitsuharu Misawa, great. If I want him to do his own thing, that's also great. You know?
Your 21 pick, so that makes it 81st overall.
81st overall, and I get Kenta, MF, and Kobashi.
That just tells you how much talent is out there that we can take.
Man, wrestling's the best. Even when it sucks, wrestling is the best.
Because we're making, the thing about it is we're making wrestling fun again.
Yeah, you know what, guys?
We've been making wrestling fun.
I watched real quick, and I don't want to ramble. I watched Hell in a Cell, and I said, man, why do I watch this shit sometimes? But doing shows like this is the answer to that question, you know?
Yep.
Wrestling is the best.
Ooh, that gives me an idea for a title match
So,
in my promotion.
Well,
Hey, Beth, you're
yeah, I was going to say, you ain't going to that title match because I'm going to Japan again.
Okay.
I got to pick up some talent for my women's division. I need some depth here. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to deke everybody. I'm going back to America. I'm going to hold off on that Japanese pick. One more round. I'm going with Becky Lynch. For
You
my
bastard.
women's. I gotta go Becky Lynch. She's an absolute Becky Lynch of like the last 3 weeks. Becky Lynch.
Stone Cold Becky Lynch, as they call her?
Yeah, I call her say my name, bitch, Becky Lynch. So
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, absolutely on fire.
The future Mrs. Curtain Jerker, Becky Lynch?
The future Mrs. Kensington. Pal. The future ex Mrs. Kensington.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, yeah, she's just absolutely one of the best in the business right now. She's making WWE single-handedly worth watching for me.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Becky Lynch, yeah, I gotta have some more talent, and I got 3 of the 4 horsewomen from NXT. I'm proud of myself for that.
Not bad.
So, Legends Lover, pick number 21, my dear. You are on the board.
Okay, I'm going back to Canada. And this is going to be the 90s. It's going to be a controversial one. But this person in the 90s was a really good wrestler. I'm going with Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Chris
So I would have taken him if he was around.
Yeah.
He is everything else, and we've said it, but he's one of the 10 best in-ring wrestlers I've ever seen. And I don't even think that's particularly controversial to say that.
No, because in the 90s,
I get it.
The 90s, like they said, he's a great in-ring technical wrestler. Even though what happened at the end of his life, you know, you got to look at his record. You got to look at his performance. He was a damn good wrestler.
Absolutely, he was.
He was my favorite wrestler up until...
I loved him. I remember the first time I saw him at Clash of the Champions, and I was like, who is this guy? And...
Another dungeon graduate.
Yep. You figure he was an ECW.
And that gives me a name for my next pick if he's still around when I pick again. So thank you, by the way.
Oh, if you pick who I think you're picking, I'm going to be sad because I was thinking about him just now.
Well, that is
closely related to Ben. But you know what? We'll get there. Takers.
We'll get there.
Okay, first of all, I put in the chat for us the match because I said Hell in a Cell gave me an idea for a title match. So Rey Mysterio Jr. and Pentagon Jr. in Hell in a Cell.
Not bad.
I'm there.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Pretty damn good.
Okay, I got a couple of choices here. 3 actually, 2 guys and a woman. But Muta always had this one wrestler from Japan that always seemed to be in his pain in his neck. He was an uncle, according to kayfabe uncle to him. Even though Gary Hart is gone, Gary Hart brought him to WCW in the late 80s to take on Muta. He was also part of World Class Championship Wrestling, USWA, and Global Wrestling Federation in Texas. I'm taking Kabuki.
Great name.
Very
Great
good.
Kabuki.
Great
I love
Kabuki,
that guy.
the great Kabuki, who's still
Love
wrestling.
that guy.
Who is still wrestling today in his 60s in Japan. I think he's
That's a great
wrestling
name.
Noah now.
That's a pick. That is a pick.
Well, Legends Lover spurned me on this pick. And because Chris Benoit wrestled him in the semifinals of the 1994 Super J Cup, it is not an exaggeration to say this man is one of the best, if not the best, junior heavyweight wrestler of all time. He has won belts all over the world and is still going strong. Give me Jushin Thunder Liger.
Oh, wow.
Jushin is
Thunder
good.
Liger. Yep. Early 90s version. Although, I mean, he still has good matches at however old he is.
He's one of the NJPW dads now, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he still wrestles. He still wrestles in opening card matches, yeah. And but early 90s Liger was some.
He wrestled
2 years ago.
A few years ago for WWE.
Yeah,
he
NXT in Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn. That's right. Wow. Nice pick.
Well, I
screw you,
love.
Biff? I'm sorry.
I
I'm really
wanted-
not.
I wanted Liger. I'm okay with it though because that's not who I was going to take, and I'm willing to sacrifice Liger. I'm going way off into left field with this pick, and I'm not even sure that anyone here else is going to know this particular performer.
You might be surprised.
Well, maybe. We're going to Japan. I told you I was going to hold off one more round on this. Honestly, today, I'm not sure how many modern fans that weren't around in the 90s remember FMW. FMW was a very ECW.
Oh, I know who you're taking. You
promotion.
bitch.
Well, you think you do. You may.
Oh.
If I tell you what, I'll cut you a deal right now. If you name who I'm taking, I won't take them.
Okay.
If you get it right,
Should I name him?
If you get it right, I will not take them. Okay, you can name them, but
Should I
no,
name him?
if you name them, if you name him, and it's not the one, he's out in the ether for anybody. So go for it.
Okay. Are you taking Oneida?
No, I am not.
Well,
I
can you at
told you
least give
this
me credit for the guess?
I can. I give you infinite credit for the guess. That was a great guess.
Because it was.
Okay.
It's just the wrong sex. So
I may take Oneida now that you think about it. But go on.
Well,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
that's perfectly fine. This woman was known in FMW as one of the toughest and one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? Definitely violent performers, but she was also one of the most popular in the promotion. I've seen people compare her to Terry Funk in the ring. I've seen people compare her to Cactus Jack. But one thing is for absolute certain: if you traded tapes in the 90s and you had any type of FMW compilation, you saw this woman. I need to stand out for my division, and I'm going out in complete left field. I'm going Megumi Kudo. If you recognize that name from FMW back in the day, you'll know exactly why I'm taking her. The inventor of the Vertebreaker, the finishing move that Greg Helms used to use in WCW.
What's her name? Is it Bull?
No. Megumi Kudo. MEGUMIKUDO.
Okay.
Just an absolute gem. I'm not surprised that she's not very well known because her heyday in the 90s from FMW is kind of lost to time now. But I'm pretty happy with that pick. She was one of the great hardcore wrestlers in FMW. She's also one of the great overall female performers of the 90s.
Cool. I can't say I've heard of her, so I'm trusting your judgment, my friend.
Okay. President Lover, you
know your shit. I ain't gonna question you.
Let me put it to you this way. She was in like an exploding C4 death match at one point back before I knew those were a thing. So if I ever need like a really strong heel, the evil princess against straight fire Becky Lynch, I know exactly where I'm going. So,
Wow.
It's a good pick, my friend.
all right, Legends Lover, you're up next.
Well, since he's still on the board, he's a legend. He was more of the WCW. I'm taking Sting.
Wow.
That
Hell yeah.
hurts. That hurts that he's
Hell
lasted
yeah.
that long.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I didn't even have him on my board. That tells you something.
I did.
That's a strong pick at 22. That's a strong pick.
Yeah, you know what? That clash match he had with Ric Flair is one of my favorite matches of all time.
Oh, it was sterling. It was amazing.
It was just, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
So,
So,
takers.
Well, I'm amazed that this legend is on the board. Was known as the Mastodon.
ooh.
A gentleman who played football and just recently passed away. I'm taking Leon White with this pick, a.k.a. Vader.
Son of a bitch. Damn, man. You know, he was the first wrestler that ever made me scared when he broke his ribs in 1992.
You're with Biff, because Biff said that's one of the ones that scared him.
Scared the bejesus out of young George. I was like 7, and Big Vader would come out, and I would be afraid. I'm like, this guy's gonna kill Sting, and it's gonna be bad.
You would hide your daddy's shoulder, huh?
I was not a happy camper when he broke Sting's ribs, but he was one of the greats. Was one of the best, you know.
Yep.
That's an absolute gem of a pick that late. That's something I think we're going to be repeating often over the next 30 minutes or so. These picks are going to be so impactful this late. They're going to be even bigger than what we may have had earlier in the night.
I'm going to go a little old school here, you know.
Okay.
I'm drafting a man who wrestled for 40 years, from the 50s to the 90s.
Oh.
He was a draw in Japan. He was a draw in Florida. He was a draw at the CWA. He was a draw in Europe. He was a draw in his home country of England. I'm drafting the legend Billy Robinson.
Billy Robinson.
Wow.
I wanted him so bad.
One of the best, man. The inventor, the godfather of British wrestling, Billy Robinson. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
Billy Robinson is sometimes known as the godfather of professional wrestlers because Billy Robinson, in many ways, is to the modern independent style what my next pick is to the cruiserweight style. Billy Robinson is tremendous. I actually floated the idea of not doing cruiserweights at all. As a matter of fact, I was going to do kind of like a European division and have like a pure wrestling championship with Hodge and Robinson and a few others that have not been drafted yet, who I will not name to not give away ideas. But, you know, that was a tremendous pick. I love Billy Robinson. He was one that I was talking about earlier, wanting. I'm sorry that I couldn't get him, but I'm glad that he did get drafted because he absolutely deserved it. That's a dynamite pick, my friend. But I'm going to have to stick with my guns. I've got a couple of cruiserweights from my draft. Not many, but I've got some. Ricochet, kind of lonely, with Owen Hart from the first night. This is a man that revolutionized cruiserweight wrestling as we know it today. He's basically the progenitor of the junior heavyweight scene in New Japan. And he was the first in a long line of performers to don this very famous character from Japanese anime. I love him. He had a legendary series with Tom Billington, a.k.a. the Dynamite Kid.
Yeah, he did.
I cannot sing his praises highly enough. He was tremendous in the ring. I am going with the original Tiger Mask, Satoru Sugiyama, as my 23 overall pick. The original Tiger Mask, Tiger Mask 1. will be linchpin of my cruiserweight division.
That is that's a great pick, man. That is. I am in awe of that match he had with the Dynamite Kid. Those matches from the early '80s, and you talk about someone who you said it, the inventor. They invented, the two of them invented modern junior wrestling, and
they really did.
And
he
really
was
a big reason why.
Yeah, there's a match on YouTube. I didn't even realize this match existed. Apparently, Dynamite Kid and the original Tiger Mask wrestled in 1982 at Madison Square Garden on an episode of Championship Wrestling, no less. It was covered with Vince McMahon on commentary, and he had no idea what the hell he was calling. But it was great seeing them even before their legendary series in '83.
Send me that tomorrow. That'll be another thing. I got an hour and a half layover at Hartsfield, also known as the Ninth Circle of Hell, as I'm sure you're familiar with. So I'm gonna need all these. I'm gonna need all these matches so I can watch them. You know what I'm saying?
we'll hook a friend up. We'll get you hooked up.
Yeah. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman of the South. I don't need to sell you on how bad Hartsfield is.
Been there, done that noise. No, thank you.
Yeah. So pray for me on Wednesday. You know.
Will do, my friend. Legends Lover, number 23 overall for you, my dear. The floor
I'm
is
going
yours.
for another tag team, but I'm going to take them back because they've been around for quite a while. They're pretty broken up right now, but I'm going to take the Hardy Boys.
That's a big pick.
They were draws for 20 years.
Yeah, I'm going to take them back farther because, right now they're all broken up. But I'm going to take them with their high flying in their ladder table matches.
Play about 99 to 2002-ish in that range.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Back when Jeff was with Lita.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, it wasn't Jeff. It was Matt.
Was it Matt? I thought it was
Matt.
Jeff. I thought it was Jeff.
I thought it was Jeff at first, but either way.
I can't remember. It was that
Either
Matt.
way, it's a great pick.
The best, but yeah, it's excellent.
Either way, it's a great pick. Takers.
I'm going late 80s tag team. Couple of older guys. They were AWA tag team champions. Taking Baron Bonreshka and Wahoo McDaniels.
Oh man,
Wahoo. That's a
Wahoo.
great name.
Oh wow.
To see that those two were available at the 92nd pick overall.
Oh my God, that's an oversight on our part for not drafting them earlier, guys.
It's just there's so many good wrestlers.
There's so much talent.
Because we're mixing old school, mid school, and new school.
It's a great way of putting it.
And then you got Canada, you got United States, you got Japan, you got Mexico, you got Europe. I mean, there's just so much out there.
Yeah, and like I said, seeing Bonreshka at the pay-per-view where Randy Orton was fighting Jinder Mahal for the title, Baron still looked like he could go.
He's scary looking still. You're not wrong.
He's always been scary looking.
The claw will never be bad.
Oh, my mom's favorite. When I was a bad kid, my mom used to do the claw. She'd put the claw on my head and say, "Stop acting up, George."
And you would freeze.
Yeah. The claw is illegal and never be outlawed.
Yeah, the claw is legal, will never be outlawed, it will never be banned.
That was one of the favorite sayings around.
How many more picks do we? Oh, takers. I'm sorry, you're up.
I'm done.
Oh, how many more picks do we have? Because I want to. If we
let's
only
keep
have a few
going.
left,
Let's just keep going. We got a half an hour to go.
Let's go to 30.
Yeah, we'll go to 30. We'll go to 30. That'll be it.
You know what? I can't believe these guys have been taken yet.
Uh-oh.
I need to figure out which I want though. You know, I did not think they'd still be around because it's more than 3, but I want to draft 3 of them. You know, obviously to keep it kosher.
Okay.
So which ones do I want? Let me see here. I want I want the Von Erichs. I want
Ooh.
Carrie for sure.
Okay.
Which two do I want with them?
Can I make a suggestion? You don't have to follow it. If you're if you want the absolute best of the best Von Erichs, Carrie, Kevin, and David. I think that's
I was thinking those three.
Yeah,
I was thinking those three for sure. But I want those three. I want the Von Erichs.
Good pick.
Yeah,
I'm amazed they were there at 94, at 93.
I can't believe they were still there. And and if someone wants to be bold, their daddy's still floating around too, guys.
Fritz,
Fritz is still floating around.
Yeah, Fritz is no chopped liver. Let's get that
clear.
No.
No. You want to talk about a guy who packed houses for 30 years? You could do a hell of a lot worse than Fritz.
Yeah.
But give me the three kids, and obviously in their mid-80s, poofed hair glory.
Yeah, Carrie Von Erich looking like a Greek god chiseled out of granite. So
you know it. So
I want to make it very clear, and this is to anybody listening. Obviously, even if we get to 30 or 35 or whatever the hell we end up on, if we do this next week, wherever this ends up, this is not going to be the full promotion. This is just really the foundation of it. And I don't want anyone to think, that we're missing people intentionally or unintentionally. This is just so much fun to do.
It's a blast.
We'll revisit it. We'll revisit it later on with a supplemental draft.
I'm sure we will.
People just gotta understand. There's so many promotions, so many countries involved. There are so many wrestlers out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of my off time researching people and writing names down and going, do I want? Yeah, I'll take that if I can. I can get this one.
Yeah, same thing here. It's like there's so many.
We all went to work after last week because it got so heated.
It really did, and this is going to be one of those picks where it's not a pick that I need necessarily. As a matter of fact, it's a pick that kind of deprives me of some of the fine female and cruiserweight talent that are out there. I'm still trying to piece those two divisions together. But the fact that he's made it this far, it almost breaks my heart in a sense, because he is, in many respects, kind of the opposite. He's the antithesis of a Ric Flair, a Roddy Piper, a Dusty Rhodes. No less great on the microphone, but in a different fashion. If Ric Flair was all about the flash, and Dusty was all about the jive, and Roddy Piper was all about the mouth, my next pick is all about psychology and intensity and that subtle creepiness, whether it's a baby face or a heel. And I'm taking him from an era where he could play both. I, to my dying day, will always contend that one of the greatest heels in the history of wrestling was 1991 to 1992 Jake the Snake Roberts.
You bastard!
Jake Roberts is my 24th pick. Trust me. This is an absolute steal this late in the draft. One of the best heels in the history of wrestling. Jake Roberts is my number 24 pick.
94th pick overall. That's
great. The promo
he was my next pick.
The promo he cut against Ted DiBiase, where he talks about being swallowed by greed and avarice before the WrestleMania match, is the best. It's one of the best promos I've ever heard in my entire life, and it was like a minute and a half long too.
Yep.
But
he talked so quietly.
Yep. And when I was a teacher, I used to do that because if you talk quietly, the kids have to listen, lean in and listen. Yep. Just like Jake the Snake Roberts did.
And that's how he sucked you in.
Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
and just to kind of entice y'all, you know how Taker was talking about Hell in a Cell match with Rey Mysterio Jr. and Pentagon Jr. Yeah, I'll be countering that programming with death matches with Cactus Jack and evil Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, God.
My friend.
Oh, God.
That's a good one.
Yep. All righty.
All right, LL, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going way back. I'm going real old school. I'm taking Bobo Brazil.
Oh, great name.
Wow.
Great name.
Blast from the past.
Wow. Bobo Brazil with the Cocoa Butts.
Yep. Great name.
One of the most important superstars, a trailblazer for African American performers. One of the first great black superstars in the wrestling business, and by all accounts, is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet inside it. So that's a tremendous pick. Tremendous.
Okay. I guess it's me now, huh?
Yes, you are up for 24. So we're getting close to
The
that
96
100 overall.
96th pick overall.
Oh, this is pick.
By the way, LL, you just gave me inspiration for my next pick, but go on, takers.
I know who. I have a pretty good idea who it is, George, and I'm gonna let you have him because I'm gonna take this one. I need a major attraction in my promotion, and it's time now to take this person. He was a big man from Grenoble, France.
How
Andre
did he laugh?
How did
we not pick him?
Andre the Giant.
Are we stupid?
He was on my list to be next.
How did he last? Oh my
Because
God!
Because there is so
much talent.
Too much. That's been our problem. So much talent. That's why Chris and you have limited yours for your draft next week.
Yeah. 10 days from now. You're right.
Yeah.
But you know what, Legends lover? When you said the name Bobo Brazil, one name popped into my head. And these were you can't have Bobo Brazil without having the original Sheik. And that's my next pick.
Wow.
Yep.
Did you ever look at do you want his manager too, Creechman?
Sure. Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
And you want to talk about a guy who wrestled for 40 years and kept the promotion afloat and then returned into the blood and guts man? Give me the original Sheik. I mean, you can't knock the hustle and you can't knock the resume. So, and to get him what, at the 100th pick or whatever we're at, like I'm absolutely thrilled with that.
They're at pick 97.
And that's for you, Don Sal, by the way, Detroit's own, the Sheik.
Yes, the Sheik. But you've inspired me now.
Ooh, fun. Biff, what you got?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to come out and say that I don't even care at this point. I'm just having fun, and I'll take whatever.
I'm just stockpiling names.
From it. I am stockpiling names myself, and this is someone that, if we're talking about people that had no business lasting this long, here's one that had no business lasting this long. He was a decorated wrestler for a number of decades. He was also a great manager in his own right. But absolutely one of the preeminent wrestlers of the 60s and especially the 1970s and even into the 1980s. And as a matter of fact, here at Casa Biff, his photo is actually on my living room wall right now. We've turned it into kind of like a sports memorabilia / man cave. And I've got a poster of him up from a very famous match. He just so happened to be wrestling a Minnesota transplant that came to call Charlotte, North Carolina his home in the main event of what would become the annual Thanksgiving tradition here in the Carolinas, at Starrcade. I've got the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I'm getting his dance partner, one of the great NWA world champions of all time, Handsome Harley Race, is my 25th overall pick.
Man, another guy who should have been taken 50 picks ago.
But like we said, there are so many out there.
Yep, there's just so much talent.
There's oodles of talent, guys.
Okay, LL, you're up.
I'm still going back again, and I'm taking Buddy Landau.
Boudreaux.
Strong pick.
Boudreaux.
Wow. Wow. Nice pick.
Very nice pick.
Like we said, we got so many eras.
I'm surprised. My pick coming up is going to be an interesting one too, guys.
This is pick number 100 overall, so this is a momentous pick.
To see how far this person has dropped. He was one of Andre's biggest rivals throughout much of his early career. He never defeated the man. This man was known as a cooler. He never really wrestled anywhere very long. He was an independent who traveled as such, went from promotion to promotion to promotion to cool off the hot baby faces. Always known for carrying a fork in his boot.
Oh,
I'm taking Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh,
Great pick. Great pick.
I was just thinking about Carlos Colon the other day.
That's another good one.
Oh shit! Oh crap!
I'm not taking him though.
Okay.
I'm going. I need another woman. But
Yeah,
I have enough Japanese women. Not that I have anything against Japanese women, but I'm taking someone from the land down under.
No!
Give me Madison Eagles.
Madison Eagles.
Wow.
Madison Eagles, Shimmer champion, Shine champion, the only woman to top PWI's female top 50 without wrestling for TNA or WWE, and bonus, one of the best women trainers of all time to train the next generation of female talent when she finally retires from in-ring competition. Madison
George?
Eagles.
George, thank you. Thank
Why?
you.
Uh-oh.
You said the magic words.
What?
One of the great female trainers.
Oh, I know where you're going.
It just
The other
dawned
one.
on me. It just
The
dawned
other
on
one.
me. It
You're
just
going
dawned
the
on
other
me.
one.
It just dawned on me.
There's
There's
two
another
great
one.
female trainers, and you're
There's
taking the other
another
one.
There's another one. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Thank you. My women's division saved. I just found my opponent for Io Shirai. Yeah, I'm going Death Ray, baby. Sarah Del Rey is my number 26 pick.
Yep. There are two great modern female trainers, Madison Eagles and Sarah Del Rey.
Oh, thank you,
Bro,
George.
that's a great pick.
Thank you, George. I'm so glad that you made me remember her.
Hey,
Oh,
anytime, man.
that might be my favorite
Anytime.
pick of the night. That was great.
By the
Thank
way,
you
Chris,
so
that
much.
Madison Eagles pick was for you. Thank you, my brother, for the suggestion. So,
What a night.
Legends Lover, what you got?
Oh, the one I'm taking was, let's see, he was a partner of Andre the Giant's. That was managed by Bobby Heenan. They were part of the Colossal Connection. I'm taking Haku.
Standing clap for that one. Haku is tremendous.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn you, Eddie Howe, because my next pick was going to be a faction. But I can't. But I'm going to take a tag team from New Japan now. Seeing that she took part of it, I'm going to take the other two.
Okay.
They're part of what is known as the Firing Squad from the Bullet Club.
Ooh,
I'm thinking
good pick.
Tongaloa and Tamatanga and Tongaloa.
The Gorillas.
The Gorillas of Destiny.
Strong pick.
Very good pick.
That's for you, Chris.
Right now, Chris is a happy camper somewhere. He doesn't know why he's smiling, but he's smiling.
Because he knows that the Gorillas, I know who the Gorillas of Destiny are. His kind of thing.
Yeah, he loves them.
That's big time. Big time.
They're the shield of NJPW, I guess you could say.
That's absolutely can say that.
Okay, well, I mean, you know what else can you say? But damn, not bad at all. So,
it's me again, right?
it's you again, Margaret.
What pick is? How many more picks we have left? 4.
Okay, you
5.
are on pick 27. So you've
So
got
7,
4.
8, 9. So we have 4 picks left per person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless we do something crazy after pick 30, which we'll get to in a moment.
But I would be remiss not to draft this man, seeing as how he's my avatar. Give me Minoru Suzuki.
I hate
Wow.
I was literally about to take Suzuki
one of the last great heels of professional wrestling, the inventor of Pancrase, the founder of Pancrase, wrestles a great submission match-based style. Can you picture him and Billy Robinson, by the way, in a time machine? How great that match would be.
Talk about putting a hole in the side of the freaking world.
Or him and Danny Hodge.
Or him as Stu Hart.
Yeah, if I want to team up him and Billy Robinson, you know? I love Minoru Suzuki. He was
put Minoru Suzuki in a match in a catch match with Stu Hart.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a throwback. Minoru Suzuki is a throwback.
Is Minoru Suzuki your final pick? Is that your final pick?
Well, this is 27, right?
Yes.
Oh, we're going to 30?
Yeah, we're going to 30.
I thought we're going to 30.
No. I mean, is Minoru Suzuki the final answer for pick 27?
Yeah. It's Minoru Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki.
Well, while I would have loved to have gotten Minoru Suzuki, I'm going to dip into Suzuki-gun. Some of his stablemates have not been taken, and I'm surprised at that fact. So I am taking 3 members of Suzuki-gun that are currently involved with the stable. And they are 3 that I think are quite good in their own right. I am taking Zack Sabre Jr. I am taking the Killer Elite Squad tag team out of Suzuki-gun.
Did I ever tell you I got drunk with Zack Sabre Jr.?
No, you did not.
So Zack was at AAW in late 2016, and he had wrestled, and he was hanging out at the bar where the ring is with just his basketball shorts and a t-shirt. And the main event was Pentagon Jr. versus Sami Callihan. And Zack and I sat there just pounding beers, shooting the shit, watching this match. So I got drunk and got to pick Zack Sabre Jr.'s brain at AAW. Needless to say, he's a badass.
So basically, somebody was living life that day. Basically, is what you're saying.
Except when I had to call a cab home, but never drink and drive, so I don't mind making that sacrifice. You know. Yeah. And it was actually Zack who suggested the cab, so I will always be grateful for that too.
There you go.
Zack goes, "Mate, are you okay to drive?" And I was like, I don't think I am okay to drive. I'm going to call a cab.
Okay,
so
LL, your choice.
Good looking out, Zack. Thank you.
You're up, LL.
And oh, by the way, he's awesome in the ring too.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay, LL, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your choice?
I'm taking a female, and I'm going to take China.
Nice pick.
Very nice pick.
Nice pick. Charisma for days.
A very unique look in an era that was all about one specific style. China kind of set the mold apart, and she forged a very nice career for herself out of it. So that's a good one. It's a very good one. Taker, you got number 27 coming at you.
Oh, boy. I'm going female. I'm going women. It's just a tough choice right now because I've got 1, 2, 3 I'm looking at. Screw it. Kairi Sane needs a solid opponent. I'm taking the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Oh,
nicely done. Nicely done.
Great pick.
She's one of my up-and-comers as far as women to watch. She has just got it down pat. Nobody plays a heel.
I love her.
No one plays a heel like Shayna Baszler. She's just so great.
Nope.
That's why I said Kyrie needs a solid opponent, and that's it right there.
Yep.
There you go.
You're selling our houses all over the world with those two, my friend. Strong pick.
George, you're at number 28. You got 3 more picks, so you better make them count.
Oh, man. I do have to make them count. Who's left on my board? Oh, I can't believe. Here's another I can't believe.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe no one has drafted Kurt Hennig. So give me Kurt Hennig.
Wow. He was my next up.
That can't be right.
Am I wrong? Has someone drafted him?
No.
If I'm wrong, let me know.
I don't think anyone has, but
nobody's got Mr. Perfect.
Who's got Mr. Perfect?
Has someone drafted
I
Mr.
said
Perfect?
nobody.
Oh, no one took Mr. Perfect.
No, because it was Kurt Angle that was taken.
That's right.
Yes. So give
That's
me
the only
Kurt
Kurt that's been taken was Kurt Angle.
Flash Mr. Give me Flash Mr. Perfect. Any either late AWA or early WWF, it don't matter. I'll take either one. I'm happy. I'm a happy camper.
Wow.
Well, I mean, hey.
And that gives me two more.
That gives you two more. I need some more depth for my women's division, and ain't nobody gonna compete with Kurt Hennig. Okay, so this round is lost in terms of that. But that's absolutely no disrespect to the women that I'm about to take. I have loved their act for a while now, and unfortunately, due to injury, they're not going to get as big a run this year as they could have in NXT. But I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the years to come. I'm taking the Fly Kicks, Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox at number 28. I need some more female.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, they both got good singles credentials, but they're also both good in the tag ranks, and I've got a couple of tag teams.
Well,
so
if you know Dakota Kai is in Denver tonight.
I heard that she had flown out. I didn't know she had made it on TV or not.
Don't know if she made it on TV either, but she's there.
That would be interesting if she does get pulled up. But the Fly Kicks, if they are able to get paired back together at some point in the future, tremendous potential as a tag team in the women's tag ranks.
Tegan Knox has just had such a run of bad luck.
It really is a shame, but she's one of the best in the world when she's healthy.
Yes.
So I have no problem taking the Fly Kicks at 28, just to kind of bolster that women's division just a little bit more.
Strong pick.
Okay, Al.
Okay, since I've already got Finn Balor, I'm going to take the rest of the Bullet Club, and I'm going to take Gallows, Anderson and Gallows.
Solid pick.
Very good pick.
Okay, so you're getting Anderson and Gallows. Was there anyone else that you were taking out of the Bullet Club there?
I already got Finn Balor.
Okay, so you're going to take. Okay, so Anderson and Gallows will be your 28th pick. That's a very nice pick.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, my pick. I'm going back to women. She was with WWE, went to TNA, and she had a good run as the champion there. And she's married to a chef by the name of Robert Irvine. I'm taking Gail Kim.
Very nice.
Very strong pick. That's me, right? Holy shit.
Yeah, 28.
Oh my God, who's left? Oh,
There's a lot left.
Yeah.
A lot of meat
How
on
about
this.
another one? How about a woman to pair with and go against Manami Toyota? How about a woman who has wrestled multiple 5-star matches, has wrestled in All Japan Women, has wrestled in Gaia, has wrestled at the Oz Academy? How about Dynamite Kansai?
Oh, wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yep.
Sweet pick. Sweet.
She's a great one, and I am very happy to take her. And that means I have one pick left. I got to make it count.
You've got one pick left, and you know Dynamite Kansai, such a great pick. I'm gonna have to go tit for tat here with you. I'm taking Bull Nakano.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to go, because you can't talk about that '90s Japanese Joshi Puro scene without talking about Nakano. I need more depth in that women's division, and with Dynamite Kansai gone, I'll take Bull Nakano to fill the gap. Legends Lover, number 29.
Well, I'm going to be going back more to AWA, and I'm going to take Ken Patera.
Very good. Very good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. Very nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Haku, was it him and Haku that got in trouble? No.
It was him and oh God, who was it?
Wasn't it the Sheik?
I think it was him and the Iron Sheik.
No. Iron Sheik was with Duggan. He got with the cocaine.
I'm talking about who broke the window at the McDonald's.
Yeah, Patera, and it wasn't the Iron Sheik. It was a Japanese wrestler. Oh my God. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's
That's all right.
Masa Saito.
Masa Saito, yeah.
Masa Saito, another great name.
Yeah. So, okay. So that would be Ken Patera, Legends Lover, at 29. Taker's Minion, your 29th overall. This would be pick number 95. No, wait. I'm sorry. It's going to be more than 95. It's going to be
let's see, 29 times 4.
That's 116th. My bad.
Where?
So
116th pick overall. Wow. Who to take? Well, I said George inspired a name to me, so I might as well use that pick. The original Sheik trained his nephew along with another wrestler, known for doing insane things to his body and with chairs and tables. Made a big name for himself in ECW. I'm going with Sabu.
Mm.
I need an insane wrestler, another insane wrestler. So Sabu.
There you go.
You know what, Biff? I'm gonna let you decide my last pick. Should I draft a single or should I draft a tag team? I got a name for each. You make the decision. Do I draft a men's single or a men's tag team?
You better do a men's tag team because I'd let you have this team all freaking night. And if you don't take them with your last, I'm taking them.
All right. Well, in that case, my friend, give me the Fantastics.
Okay. I will give you the Fantastics.
And I'll tell you who my single would have been if they're still around at the end of the night, and you'll like them too.
Wait a minute, Taker. Your 29th pick. I completely missed it. Who
Sabu.
Sabu. That's right. Okay. I wrote it down the wrong place. I'm sorry. The Fantastics.
Fantastics.
Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, I'm guessing. You want the OG Fantastics.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. As long as Tommy Rogers is involved. But Bobby Fulton was pretty damn good too.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one because while there are so many names that have not been called.
Yes.
There's just so many, and it's almost a perspective, you're weighing out all of the different possibilities here of who could be on this list. You're just looking at all the names that are left off. So many great ones. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I feel guilty for this pick because I know in my heart, despite all of the controversy, this pick should be reserved for one person in particular. And despite his recent transgressions, it's almost a crime that he hasn't been picked just because of his importance to the wrestling business. I think he should have been picked. I can't say that I'm going to take him. I can't.
I know who you're thinking of, and I had the same exact decision in my own head.
It's so difficult to try and justify leaving him out of this.
You can't leave him out of this. Someone had to have taken him.
The same with Chris Benoit. Somebody had to take him.
You're right. You're 100% right.
With my final pick, I am reluctantly but assuredly taking someone that I think deserves this pick, someone that I think is an amazing wrestler, and it's someone that I respect. I'm taking Toshiaki Kawada from All Japan.
Okay.
I can't go
That's
Hulk.
not what I think you were going with.
I wanted to go Hulk Hogan, but I just couldn't do it.
I wanted to go Hulk Hogan too, but I just couldn't do it, man.
I couldn't say I was going to go him because I never did like him.
He's just a.
It's just too much.
He's a POS.
Exactly. He's just too. Yeah.
He's like somebody's initials are ME, George, and you know exactly who I'm talking about.
He is. Yeah, well said, my friend.
You know
Legends lover.
You know exactly who I'm talking about, George.
I'm going with the Samoan family again, and I'm going to take Rikishi. Stink face.
Rikishi, the penultimate pick in the Fantasy Warfare draft. That's Legend Lover's final pick. And then Taker's Minion, you have the honor of closing it out. Pick number 30, the 20th pick tonight, 30th of your board, and the 120th overall.
Yep. Wow. So much. But I'm going to dip down to CMLL. And I'm going to take someone who's been there for 40 años. He's been with CMLL for 44 years. He's been a face, he's been a heel, but I'm taking Negro Casas.
Great pick,
my
man.
final
That
pick.
man. That man is so awesome. How do you not love Negro Casas?
How can you not love him? That's the question.
He's still one of the 50 best wrestlers in the world today.
Every Friday night,
underestimating him.
Hey, wait a minute.
Even though he's heel,
yeah,
he gets face pops because
he's
the
a legend.
Fans love him. He's a legend. He is an absolute legend.
I can say I don't love him because I don't know who the hell he is.
Well, we're gonna have to fix that, my dear.
Yeah, we're definitely going
watch Friday night CMLL.
It's all in Spanish though, and I've tried to doing the translation captioning. It's way off.
It's not even close.
It's way off.
See, I don't know a lot about the Japanese or the Mexican wrestling.
You know what? You want to do one last pick each? Call it a day.
Well, let's do this a little bit interesting. Let's do this a little bit interesting because this is going to be our wild card round. Okay. I'm going to propose something right now, and we can either agree or disagree. On this last pick, you can take 3 people. Okay? You can take 3 people that have not already been drafted just to help fill out.
You're talking about it could be 3 singles or 3 tag teams, or
you can have 2 singles and a tag team. It could be 3 tag teams. It could be 3 singles, whatever you want.
Okay.
You could take 3 singles, or you can take 3 picks that have not been taken.
Okay.
Or you can pick someone off of someone else's board from.
No, you're not off of someone else's board. No.
If you trade with them, you trade one of your picks for theirs.
Nah, let's leave that alone. Let's go with I say the first option is the best.
I like the first option.
But I want Shinsuke Nakamura.
I love them. I like the first option too.
Okay.
I got 3 names already.
Wait a minute. What if we do it like this?
Oh boy,
a male single, a female single, and a tag team. What if we do it like that?
I could do that.
That sucks because I don't have any picks for that.
I like. How about just 3 picks?
Just 3 picks.
Just 3 picks.
Just 3 picks. A, B, and C. 31 A, B, and C. That's fair. I like it. Okay, George, go ahead.
I just closed one of my tabs. Give me a second. Wait. Okay, my 3 names. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Pero Aguayo Sr.
Good pick.
Superstar Billy Graham. And Hiromu Takahashi.
You bastard. I wanted Hiromu, but.
Those are my 3 picks.
Nice.
Pero Aguayo Sr., Hiromu Takahashi, and Superstar Billy Graham, correct?
And Superstar Billy Graham, yes, sir.
That's a name that I didn't have. I had him last week, and I didn't have him this week.
Superstar Billy Graham would have been the singles if you had said pick a singles, by the way, Biff.
Superstar Billy Graham, as a person, yeah, but he was a great wrestler.
Yes. Yes.
He was good.
He was the kind of guy I wanted to see lose because I hated him so.
Yep. Which last time I checked, that's the name of the game, right?
Yep.
So
I liked him as a wrestler, but not as a person.
agreed. Well, I don't want him dating my sister, but I do want him representing my promotion. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Biff, you're up.
Oh, damn, this is tough. This is really tough because there are so many freaking people still out there on the board that could be chosen here. I'm telling you right now, one of them that hasn't gone that I just absolutely love. This is just a personal homer pick. I'm taking Cesaro with one of my picks.
Okay.
Hey, throw in Chris Hero and take the Kings of Wrestling.
You know what? That's exactly what I'll do. I will. I'll take Chris Hero as well and make the Kings of Wrestling. Thank you for that.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
It's legal.
Yeah, it is. That's a tag team. Kings of Wrestling. I could always use good tag teams. Speaking of good tag teams, the Rock and Roll Express. I'll take them as well.
Oh, I can't believe they lasted.
Yeah, that one's kind of a luck out pick for me. The Rock and Rolls. Oh God, this last one. This is tough.
I thought you took the Rock and Roll Express last week.
I took the Midnight
No,
Express.
just the Midnight Express.
Yeah, but I thought he took the Rock and Roll to go with them.
Nope. I
You
sure
talked-
didn't.
You talked about it.
I talked about it, but I never quite got there. So yeah, no, the Rock and Roll Express. Unless someone took them last week that I didn't see.
I don't think someone took them.
No, because I had him on my list.
Okay.
Because
All
I
right.
know I did too, but when you talked about the Midnight, I was going to leave them because I had too many tag teams.
Oh, okay. And I'll tell you who I'm going to take. I don't have many cruiserweights. I got a few. But Fusion Liger is gone. I've got Zack Sabre Jr. and Ricochet and late 80s Owen Hart sitting there. They're going to need another person to kind of anchor around. I am going to go the great Sasuke. I
Strong
love
name.
him. A great junior heavyweight from the 90s.
Yep.
That is awesome. And LL, if you are struggling for a name here, I'm going to put one in the chat that I was about to take.
I've got 3 picked.
You got 3? Okay, go for it then.
You don't need your ass.
You don't need me. Yeah.
Okay, remember when I talked about old school, mid school?
Mm-hmm.
Now, well, mine is going Billy Jack Hayes,
Okay.
Big John Studd,
Oh, great name.
and Batista.
How
Damn
the hell did Batista make it that far? Wow.
it! Damn it!
That's old school, mid school, and now.
Yeah, but remember, LL doesn't know how to fantasy draft. So
No, she doesn't.
Nope. Sandbagging.
I don't. I picked these, but now I got to figure out what to do with them.
Okay,
I don't know where to go from here.
I'm surprised. First of my 3 picks, I'm surprised this tag team has lasted this long. They were record setters for the WWF, WWE. They at one point were the WWE's counter to the Road Warriors. I'm going with Demolition
Great pick.
with
Great.
Mr. Fuji. Fuji was out
Great
there.
pick.
Fuji's out there too.
Oh
Yep,
my
he
God.
Sure is.
Talk about an oversight.
My next one is a single. He is the one that defeated Bruno Sammartino for the WWF title. He inadvertently broke his neck. Or no, he didn't break his neck because Stan Hansen's gone. Stan Hansen did that.
Mhm.
But I'm taking the Russian Bear, Uncle Ivan Koloff.
Koloff.
Mm.
And my final, and then not to slight this man, but he gets a lot of love these days. He is from England. He is the current NXT UK champion, the bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Strong names.
I had one more name on my list I was going to take, but I didn't.
You know what? Take 4.
And Taker would have loved it.
Take LL. You take it. I want one more pick each. Go for it.
Yeah, one more. Then we're
one
done.
more,
Right?
and then we're done.
Two
more. Two more to get 35 even.
2 more. Okay.
And that's
2
it.
more.
And we're done.
Who the hell am I gonna take?
31, 32,
Wow.
and 33.
So you just 1 pick each, or
2 picks each.
Two picks. Just take 2 more.
all right? Think he's been taken. I'm just scrolling down lists. Oh, duh. No, I don't like him. Actually, I do like him, but you know what? Wait a second. Did someone pick Jerry Lawler as a wrestler?
No, they did not.
And I'm taking Jerry Lawler as a wrestler.
Okay.
That's one of my picks.
Okay.
And
Mr. Chain in the tights.
yeah, absolutely. And do I want to go? How old school should I go? You know what?
Go as old school as you want. Make your dad proud.
You know what? Take away Jerry Lawler. I don't want him.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I want these 2 men, and you can't have one without the other. Antonio Inoki and Giant Baba.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Wow. That's strong. Strong
Can't
finish,
have one
George.
without the other, my friend.
Strong finish, George.
You know
Strong.
what? No. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I got so many names here on my list.
Okay, the next 2 names you get are your final choices, sir.
Yeah.
Who's your final 2?
My final 2. Give me. Shit, I'm sorry. You guys sprung. Oh, that's a good name. That's a good name. Oh my God, there's so many names. Oh, it's like paralysis here. I'm just hoping for something great. Let's see. You know what? Give me. I know this is riveting radio. I'm so sorry. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Hulk Hogan and Ricky Dozan. Those are my final names.
Okay.
I want draws. And you know what? You can't tell the story of wrestling history without either one of those 2 men. And both those men were flawed, and both those men were in their own ways garbage people, but they're both so important to the history of professional wrestling that you can't tell the story you cannot tell the story of pro wrestling without Ricky Dozan and Hulk Hogan. So those are the 2 names I'm going to take.
Okay.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Final answer.
Okay. Okay.
Reluctantly, I take those names, but this is a wrestling history show, and we have to tell the history, right, guys?
I think so. Yeah.
So.
Oh boy. There's only like 5,000 names I kind of want to draw from here.
So.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to be a little mischievous here on this last pick. If for no other reason, just because I damn well feel like it, oh God, this is tough. There's just so many people that. Oh. Okay, for my final pick, I have to go pull up the list because this is going to be kind of a dick move on my part. But you know what? They were a faction, and I'm taking 3 of them because, just because I freaking can. If you will recall, there was a stable in the WWF. It was a big stable. It was a potent stable. As a matter of fact, it almost took over the entire company. It was such a big part.
Are you talking
of their
Nexus?
programming. Not quite, but close. Not quite. I want you to jump back to the days of the Attitude Era. And specifically, I want you to jump back to the year 2001. There was this little faction running around made up of the leftovers of ECW and WCW called the Alliance. I'm taking 3 members of the Alliance.
2. You can only take 2. Oh,
No,
wait, you're taking a faction. Yes, okay, I got it.
Faction.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I got it now.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking 3 members of this faction. And I was double checking to make sure they had not been selected already. That's why I was drawing it out. So I am taking out of the faction of the Alliance Rob Van Dam. I'm taking none other than, oh, geez, that's tough. Booker T. And I'm taking William Regal.
Wow.
I'm taking those 3 names out of the Alliance faction just because I feel like it and because, you know, they're...
And your last pick.
Oh, okay. This is tough because I told George that I was looking at this tag team for a long time. And we're talking about a tag team that had no business staying. I've got 2 possible picks here, and I'm conflicted as all hell. One of them is the Steiner brothers, and the other is Ravishing Rick Rude. These 2 guys, both picks are just kind of sitting out in the ether.
Wait a second. Weren't they all in the NWO?
Who?
Rick Rude. Was Rick Rude ever in the NWO? Because the Steiner sure as hell
he
were.
was. Yes, he was.
So then it sounds like you can get them all.
Well, Rick Steiner wasn't.
Oh, well, yeah.
The Steiner brothers weren't.
The Steiner,
Scott
Steiner
was. Scott was. Rick never was. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So, yeah, I wish I could do that, but
Nah, I tried, man.
no. Oh, ooh. Wait a minute. I need clarification, and I don't know how much you know about this, George. If you would know or take her, was the UWF considered a faction invading Mid-Atlantic when we had the UWF versus Mid-Atlantic crossover talent?
I couldn't tell you, my friend. I'm sorry.
Because they had UWF versus NWA merger matches. And that makes me wonder, can you consider them maybe as a faction of their own?
No, because they were all singles wrestlers coming over, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah, because there weren't. I don't think there was ever any major grouping, basically.
No, they did not do a grouping.
Right.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to defer taking any UWF talent, and I'm just going to wrap up pretty simple. I'm going to wrap up with one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, I think. This is a name that I think deserves to be picked every bit as much as Hulk Hogan did. I'm taking Lou Thesz as my final pick.
Wow.
It's a good pick, my friend.
So.
Okay, hon.
Well, since you brought it up, I'm changing mine. Because I've always liked them. I like the Steiner brothers.
Okay.
They were a good tag team, even though Scott's a dick. But the tag team was good. And one that I'm surprised hasn't gone, Triple H.
Triple H is already
He
gone.
went.
He went with D-Generation X with Shawn
Michaels. That's right. Okay, then I'll take the one I was thinking of. He was with Mr. Fuji. Toru Tanaka.
Toru Tanaka.
That's a good name.
Professor Toru Tanaka. That's a great name.
That's a good name.
That was the name I was going to take too, because I had a nice lead-in for him. Because he did make a movie, or a couple of movies, as a matter of fact.
Well, he was in James Bond movies.
Yeah, he was a Goldfinger.
Holy crap!
Does anybody know what a character he played other than LL?
In Goldfinger?
Yes.
Was he Odd Job? Or?
Odd Job, exactly. Odd Job.
Yeah.
There's another wrestler that I chose last week. That was in one of the, can't remember which one, but he was in a James Bond movie. And that was Chief Mavia.
You're right.
Yep.
The High Chief.
Yep, he was also in a James Bond movie.
Okay. My last two. And boy, I have lamented over this. I was hoping, but I have to go with this man. He's a big man. Not tall, but big. Started in WCW, moved to WWE. A former power lifter who I think still has records in the amateur ranks for weight lifted. I'm going with the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
And Hall of Fame wrestler, Hall of Fame great guy.
Yeah, he is. And my final pick, 35th overall, is a tag team that they have, and that's another set of brothers. They tagged in the AWA and up in Montreal. I'm taking the Mad Dog and the Butcher, the Vachon brothers, Paul and Maurice.
Oh my God. That pick, man.
You think that pick is epic? I would like to now list off just a few of the names
I'm
here.
surprised you didn't take them a lot sooner.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was a little bit shocked myself, but
some of the names that haven't been picked, huh?
let me reel off some of the names that haven't been picked. I was compiling a list here just to keep track.
Sure.
We had no Vern Gagne.
Nope. No Fritz.
No Fritz. No Ultimate Warrior.
No Vince.
No Vince McMahon.
If you want to talk the history of wrestling.
Yeah, we had no.
No, how about this one? No Bob Orton Sr., no Bob Orton Jr.
Or Randy.
Or Randy. Or back in the Vachon family, there's Lillian and Luna.
You also got Superfly.
Yep, no Snuka. We had no Jerry Lawler.
No Crusher Khrushchev.
Nope.
We did not have,
did I end up taking Billy Graham? Or I took Billy Graham, didn't I? Yeah, at the very last pick.
You want to talk about oversight? We had no Briscoes.
No Briscoe. Or the other Briscoes.
Yeah, or the other. We had no Jack and Jerry, and we had no modern Briscoes.
We had no Larry the
I mentioned them, but no Inoki Baba, no Jumbo. If you want to go to Japan.
No Fujinami.
No Oneida.
Nope.
We missed about 2/3 of the modern New Japan guys.
We missed all of the current Noah and All Japan talent.
How about this name from WrestleMania 1, Randy Richter?
We missed Wendy.
Who dethroned
June Myers. We miss Wendy Richter. We miss Mildred Burke.
We miss Mae Young.
Mae Young. We miss Ed the Strangler Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Killer Kowalski.
Yep. You know.
In terms of the WWE champions,
did anybody take Freddie Blassie? Freddie Blassie?
No.
I mean,
no Nicolas.
Did anybody take Pepper Gomez or Pedro Morales?
No, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking about Pedro, but no.
What about the Can-Am connection?
What about Tito Santana?
Oh.
What about Rick Martel?
Or Lex Luger?
The Can-Am connection.
Or Lex Luger.
Nope.
Wow, we can go on and on, guys. We need to wrap this up because, George, you violated your 2-hour rule.
I did violate my 2-hour rule, but you know what? It's a special episode. I'll allow it.
Oh, and you know what? We didn't have WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump didn't make it in.
So. No.
Damn. Who cares?
Okay.
I know you were thinking about it.
I got a name that you know that the other two probably won't know. That's Black Belt Ron Slinker.
Oh, man. George Scrapfire Gadetsky didn't get in there.
Yeah.
I know. Or George the Animal Steel.
Neither did George the Animal Steel or George Hackenschmidt.
We'll have to do a supplemental draft one day in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we could have kept going another 50 rounds probably. So.
A week from Thursday, Biff, 5 of us are doing a draft of the modern age.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet we'll still have a ton of talent left over. It is a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a great time to talk about wrestling.
I've got my board for that show ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. So
we are truly blessed right now to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, we truly are. We truly are. That's Fantasy Draft Warfare. Next week, we'll give a quick recap of everyone's roster. There's just too many names to go over in one spot here tonight, especially when we're wrapping up. I want to apologize in advance. As some of you know, I've had computer problems this weekend. I lost the old computer I've been working off of. It had all of my design programs on it. I wasn't able to record anything off of it because of the microphone issues, but I still had all my designs and all of my files, and I lost it when my computer crashed. So I don't have the full list of plugs. I do want to give a few plugs out that we give every week that I remember from heart. We definitely want to plug Shooting the Breeze with Taker's Minion and Doc Sinju. That's every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, 10 a.m. the weekends of the Big Four shows. Very great show this past weekend. Unfortunately, I missed most of it dealing with partial house collapse. But it was still a really good, fun show, full of debate and good topics, good conversations.
People want to hear me melt down. Tune in and check it out.
Be sure to
I'll
check
be listening at the airport.
Because I do melt down.
We got to give a shout out to Two Guys One Sport, one of the best shows around, one of my favorite shows to listen to during the week, with our own George Atsadas and Crazy Chris Colgan. That drops Thursday evenings, 9 p.m. Central, or 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. It will not be airing this week, but it will be back next week for that.
And you'll be on it, Biff.
And I'll be on it. I'll be my debut for Two Guys One Sport.
And it will not be your last time you'll be on the show, if I have my say, my friend. So
speaking of, we're going to have to get you on one Wednesday night for Grounds for Development.
It'd be an honor.
Big thanks to everyone that's been so supportive of that show. I know Greg the Hold, a.k.a. the Saskatchewan Spinning Nerve Hold, my good friend, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I mean, all Canadians are, but he is in particular just a sweetheart of a gentleman. I love him like a brother. He's been so great to work with. Grounds for Development, that's Wednesday. Well, we tape Wednesday evenings after NXT and 205 Live, and we upload it direct to you Thursday morning. Got a lot of stuff to cover nowadays on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are getting even more crowded than Monday nights. But great show tonight, guys. Great show. Let's toss out LL. Where can they find you during the week?
You can find me on Twitter at Windstorm64 and right here every Monday night.
George, where can they hit you up?
Twitter at Giatsavas, G-A-T-S-A-V as in Victor. I podcast, as you so graciously plugged, Thursdays, 9, 8 Central. My show's Twitter feed is at Two Guys One Sport, the number 2 and the number 1.
And Taker's Minion, where can they find you at during the week?
You can find me on Twitter as well at Takers_Minion. You can also find me every Saturday morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central Time, normal shows. For Shooting the Breeze with my friend and crime partner, Mr. Dr. Senju. And every Monday night right here, talking history, of course. Biff, where can they find you?
You guys can get me at Real Deal Biff, D-I-L-L, like the pickle, on the Twitter machine. All the information for everyone's contact is down in the doobly-doo, little info box down there, as John Green would say. We'll be back next week with our regular rotation. It's Hall of Fame induction time, and we got a good one for you in October. We got a great month of October lined up. We're going to tell you a little bit about some of the stuff we have for you next week. The last 2 weeks, you know what? 2 of the most fun episodes I've had on here, guys. Just great time reminiscing about some great wrestling names. If you hear both episodes and you thought we made any major omissions, tell us who you would have drafted. Send us an email, send us a tweet, leave a comment down below. Meet us over at Cateside or on Twitter. You can find us all over the place. Be interested to hear your thoughts. And we'll have the post up here shortly to see who had the greatest overall draft from nights 1 and 2. You can use the info boxes to get a full rundown of everyone that was drafted. Been a great night. Been a lot of fun. We are way overdue tonight, so I'm going to wrap it up by saying thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, God bless, and goodbye. And Adam Rice, Cleveland, better record than Pittsburgh. Go you. Take care, guys.